2019 season here at Dilboy Stadium as your Highlanders welcome in the Clippers of Falmouth. It's a North versus South matchup in Division 5 opening out this 2019 season as the Clippers come up from the Cape. They are in Division 5 South. Of course, Highlanders in Division 5 North. The Clippers coming off a victory last week against Dartmouth. They won 35-14 as they opened their season at home last week. This will be the first game for the Highlanders of 2019, a senior-laden Highlander squad that we will be going over as this game continues. The Highlanders will be kicking off as they open out their 2019 season. They will be moving from left to right on your television screen. The Highlanders in the red with the blue helmets and white numbers, of course, and of Falmouth in the maroon helmets and white jerseys with maroon numbers. Kicking off for the Highlanders to open out the season is going to be Lars Pierre. Back deep to return for Falmouth is Julian Hendricks. And the 2019 season is begun for the Highlanders as this one goes into the end zone, and that will go for a touchback. That is one of several rule changes that have occurred in the off-season. A couple things to point out. Quarters now 12 minutes, 3 timeouts per half. There's a 40-second play clock and a 25-second play clock as well to get the plays off. All kicks that go into the end zone will be an automatic touchback, as you saw on that play. Defensive pass called even if that is the pass itself is deemed uncatchable, I should say. And several other rule changes that we will touch upon as Falmouth breaks their huddle. Quarterback today is Kyle Conley. Cameron Rowell is a very dangerous receiver out on the perimeter for Falmouth. He is number 11. Changing it up at the line of scrimmage is Kyle Conley. Highlander defense will start this one off as Conley hands it up the middle, right up the gut to David Drew. He falls forward for a gain of about 5 yards on that one.
David Drew on the run for a gain of 5 yards. Second and 5.
Highlanders come in this season off of a 4-7 year last year. Falmouth coming in with a record of 8-2 from last year. Conley with a quick pass out to the outside. Caught, and that was on the ground as it's ripped out of the hands of Rowell, but the Clippers able to jump on it and recover it after the first down marker was obtained. So it will be first down for the Clippers. Good job defensively there by the Highlanders as they were able to rip that ball out. Rowell, a very dangerous offensive player. First down and 10 now for Falmouth. Conley under center. He's got 3 receivers out in the pattern, 1 person in the backfield. The handoff goes to him. He pounds it up the middle, does David Drew. Nice push there by the Highlander defensive line, holding him to a gain of about 4 yards on that one. Second down and 6 now for the Clippers. Clippers come in with that off of that 35-14 victory over Dartmouth. They also opened up a new sports complex down at Falmouth last weekend. It's an early morning start, though, as they had to come up from the Cape. Conley's pitch out to the left. Nice job there by the Highlanders as they string it out and rock him out of bounds. Nice hit there as Darnell Pierre gets the hit as he comes up from his cornerback position. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Clippers. Big 3rd down here early in this game. It was a tough challenge for the Highlanders. As we noted, the Falmouth coming off an 8-2 season as well as a 35-14 victory last weekend. Very difficult team from Division 5 South for the Highlanders. 3rd down and 4 here as Conley brings them up to the line of scrimmage. Top of the screen is Rowell. He's single covered up there. As the handoff's up the middle to Drew. He's hit and dropped. Nice job there. It's going to depend upon the spot here. As Wadi Santana came up and made that hit, but unfortunately Drew able to fall forward for the first down. Brings up first down and 10 for the Clippers at their own 43-yard line. Highlanders are a very veteran team as they have 15 seniors on their roster looking to make some noise in Division 5 North this year. Conley under center. He pulls it back. Nice job there. Great penetration by the Highlanders defense as they got in there and knocked Conley down for a loss of about a yard on that play. Brings up second down and 11 for the Clippers. Great penetration there by the Highlanders. As Meyer Joseph got in there on that one. Isaiah Wright also got in there. Second down and 10 now. Conley will pitch it out to the left as they try to get it to Rowell. He is knocked out of bounds. Another good job there by the Highlanders. Is right there on the tackle, Jelani Hale. Also Meyer Joseph involved over there. You're going to hear Meyer's name a lot this season as he comes from that linebacker position. Number 1 out there for the Highlanders, an excellent defensive player. Big third down here, third and long, set up for the Clippers. Highlanders have a very tough schedule this season. Falmouth just begins the battles. They will also move up in division in the GBL to face off against Everett later on this year, also against Medford. Third down and 10 now for the Clippers. Conley under center. He pitches it out to Rowell. He's got space to go. Great open field tackle there. Excellent job coming up from the cornerback position as Fred Caston makes the hit. That's going to bring up fourth down and 10. Nice defensive stand there for the Highlanders. Meyer Joseph did a great job dropping off his coverage responsibility, making an open field tackle against a very athletic and difficult player in Rowell. Punt is up. Not very long at all as the Highlanders need to watch out. It bounces around, might have bounced off a Highlander. We'll see who comes away with it. I think the Highlanders do have it as they did fall on it on their own 39-yard line. And that will bring out the Highlander offense for their first possession of 2019. Highlanders like to use a spread offense, a spread speed-up offense, a no-huddle situation, as McConan Fenton, head coach for the Highlanders, likes to do. I know that Derek Almeida, the head coach for the Clippers, very concerned about that pace of the Highlander offense. Wants their defense to be able to get the Highlanders off the field as quickly as possible. Louis Montina leads the Highlanders out. He starts off from the shotgun, 3 receivers in the pattern. Meyer Joseph in motion. He gets it on the sweep, has a blocker in front of him, and he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 6 yards. Actually, it's 7 yards on the gain. It'll bring up a second down and 3 for the Highlanders.
Meyer Joseph on the run for a gain of 7 yards. Second and 3.
Montina this time on the sweep once again, this time to Fred Caston. Caston around the corner. He's hit right as he gets to the first down marker and midfield, but he gets the first down for the Highlanders. First down and 10 now for the Highlanders directly at midfield. Nice opening here for the Highlanders, getting a first down. As they test the perimeter, the outside of that Clipper defense. Montina joined in the backfield by Terry Saeed. 4 receivers out in the pattern for the Highlanders. Montina will keep it. He'll bounce it to the outside. He's got corner. He's to the Clipper 31-yard line. Nice run there by Louis Montina as he kept that one for the Highlander first down, and they bust into Clipper territory. Nice acceleration there by Montina as he got around the corner. Nice read of his blocks as well. So the Highlanders get their second first down on this drive. 4 receivers out for Montina as he's back in the shotgun once again. In motion is Saeed. This one goes to Saeed. Terry bounces this to the outside, slips through a tackle. He's got the corner and he is going down looking for the end zone. He reaches it. We have a penalty marker on the play. We're going to see what that is as Terry Saeed begins the scoring for the Highlanders if this holds up with the marker on the play. Let's see what the officials have to say. A great run there by Saeed. This one will come back as an illegal block is called on the Highlanders downfield. So we go back to the 24-yard line now for the Highlanders. So it's 2nd down and 4 for the Highlanders. Actually more like 2nd and 3. Actually, they've not changed it to a 2nd, so it'll be 1st down and 3 for the Highlanders. Their offense moving very, very nicely on the ground as Montina leading them downfield. Caston and Saeed join him in the backfield to give his to Mayar Joseph looking for a block. He is brought down after a gain of about 2 is Joseph. Brings up a 2nd down and about 2 yards, a long 2 here for the Highlanders. Highlanders doing a good job on this offensive possession, moving the ball on the ground. Hurry up offense for the Highlanders that they like to use as Montina moves Saeed in motion. That's Fabrice Saeed. This one kept by Montina as he pushes it up the middle. We'll see if he got enough yardage with his forward progress. We'll see where that ball is marked. It looks like it's going to be just short of the 1st down, bringing up a 3rd down for the Highlander offense.
Email the run. 1 yard. 3rd and 1.
So 3rd down and 1 for the Highlanders. Opening possession here. Opening game of the season against the Falmouth Clippers. Montina gets his play from the coaches. 3 receivers out. He's going to go back into the shotgun. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Mayar Joseph at the top. And Montina rolling to the left. Looking for some blocks. Does not have nice penetration there as number 19 Cam Gavoni was the first Clipper to get there and knocks him back for a loss of 3. So it will be 4th down and 4 for the Highlanders. Choice here for Coach Fenton.
4th and 4.
So it's going to be a field goal attempt here for the Highlanders, it looks like. Going to be a 42-yard field goal attempt as Lars Pierre out to attempt this one. He's got a good leg. We'll see whether Lars can open up the scoring this year. Kick is not going to be made as it was fumbled away was the snap. Picked up and run by Santana, but not for 1st down yardage. So it'll be a turnover on downs as Santana was able to get about 2 yards on that one. Just couldn't quite get a grip on that snap. So he tried to gain the first, was not able to do it. 5:06 remaining in the 1st quarter. Highlanders and Clippers tied at 0s as both teams have seen the ball offensively. Neither team have gotten it to pay dirt. Highlander defense back out on the field now. Kyle Conley, the quarterback for the Clippers, under center. And the give is up the middle. And that one is to Rowell as he breaks through a couple. Shows powerful running there as he gets the 1st down across the 40-yard line to the 41. Rowell showing some really strong athleticism there as well as power as he was able to power through a couple arm tackles there. He did get the ball ripped away from himself in the first drive, and you saw there the ball came away from his body a little bit as well. Maybe something for the Highlander defense to look at as they might be able to knock the ball away from Rowell. We have a timeout taken by the Highlanders. That's one of their 3 timeouts of the first half. So they want to talk things over on the defensive end. Roll, normally a wide receiver, but sets up all over the place. He is the most dynamic offensive weapon that Falmouth has. Number 11, 6'3", 215 pounds, plays defensive end as well. Listed as a wide receiver, started from the offensive backfield that time. You can really see the power that he has and the ability that he has there. As we have the crowd here, early morning, late morning I should say, but an early start to this game. Highlanders looking to have a very effective 2019. As I noted earlier, a senior-laden squad, 15 seniors on this team for the Highlanders. Falmouth, one of those tough teams on their schedule that the Highlanders have. They have to play their Greater Boston League opponents, Medford and Everett, 2 very tough ones later on this season. They also play St. John's Prep, which is a very, very difficult game as well. So this veteran team will be challenged. First down and 10 here after the Highlander timeout for the Clippers. Conley brings them up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers out in the pattern. Man in motion, Conley back to pass, looking downfield. That one is picked off by the Highlanders as that one's pulled down by Montina. So Louis gets the pick, brings it back into Clipper territory at the 45-yard line. So a big turnover there as they tried to get that one up the seam. Louis Montina right there to take it away. So the Highlanders will begin their second possession in Clipper territory at the 47-yard line. Highlanders had a nice drive as everything they did last time offensively was on the ground, testing the outside of the Falmouth defense around the corner. Daylight there. Falmouth was able to adjust and stop that drive without any points. Let's see what the Highlanders can do here with a short field. 4:26 remaining in the first quarter of play. So Montina back to pass, looking downfield, looking for Maillard Joseph. That one's going to be a bit too far, just beyond the reach of the safety's hands, as a matter of fact, as Sam Cavosa not quite able to get there. Brings up second down and 10 for the Highlanders. Highlanders looking for a big home run there. Montina's pass just too far downfield. Maillard Joseph couldn't get underneath it. Montina with 4 receivers out. The handoff up the middle to Terry Saeed. Saeed tries to bounce it to the outside. He's knocked down after a gain of about 4 yards. So brings up a 3rd down and 6 for the Highlanders.
4 yards on the run by Terry Saeed. Correction, 3 yards.
Yeah, we'll correct that to a 3-yard gain. 3rd down and 7 now. It's Montina back in the shotgun once again. 4 receivers out. Maillard Joseph at the top of the screen. At the bottom is Fred Caston. Terry Saeed is the setback as Caston started early on that one, so we're going to back it up 5. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 now for the Highlanders. Highlanders found good success in their first drive on the ground, looking to get something through the air here. So they're going to huddle up really quickly. Louis Montina back out on the field after getting the play in from Coach Mack. 3rd down and 12 here for the Highlanders. They look to keep this drive alive after the turnover, the interception by Montina. The pass goes to Maillard Joseph on the screen. He's got one block there. He's able to force the ball forward, but nothing doing in terms of a first down as he gets it back to the line of scrimmage previous to the foul on Caston. So it'll bring up a fourth down, or third down, I should say. No, fourth down.
Montina's pass to Maillard Joseph is good for 6 yards. 4th and 6.
Third down and fourth down, I should say, and 6. They are going for it here. 4 receivers out for Montina. So he's in the shotgun, joined by Terry Said in the backfield. As Montina, he will tuck it and run as he gets a block from Said at the corner, looking for the first down. Does not get there as he's knocked out at the 40-yard line. So a turnover on downs will go back to the Clippers as the Highlander offense comes up empty on this drive as well. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We are tied at zeros in this battle of Division V opponents, North versus South. First down and 10 now for the Clippers as they break the huddle. Kyle Conley has 2 receivers at the top of the screen, nobody at the bottom. And the give is up the middle as that one goes to Drew. David Drew, the big fullback, powers that one forward for a gain of 4, brings up second down and 6.
Drew on the run for a gain of 4 yards.
Drew listed at 6 feet, 180 pounds. Same set here. Conley got a look at the defensive set, now changing things up. 2 receivers at the top of the screen. And Conley this time will keep it. And he jumps over the pile and is able to fall forward for the first down just across midfield. So the Clippers bust into Highlander territory.
6 yards.
First down and 10 from the Highlander 48-yard line. Clippers seem to be getting a nice push from their offensive line on this drive so far. Conley under center once again, gets the snap. This time he will pitch it off on the sweep. Nice move there, number 41, Marvell Nicholson, as he's forced out of bounds after dancing around. So just short of the first down by about a yard. So first down gain of 9 on that one, brings up second down and 1.
Nicholson on the run for 9 yards.
2 receivers this time on the near side of the field. Nicholson once again in motion. He stops his motion. Seeing whether the Highlanders are going to move in terms of that motion and betray what their plans are as Drew gets it right up the middle. The Highlanders with a nice defensive push there. We'll see what kind. Oh, the ball is free. We'll see what we've got there. The Highlanders saying they have it, and the official agrees. Highlanders come away with their second turnover of the game. So they were able to knock that ball out of Drew's hand in the pile while he was fighting for extra yardage, and the Highlanders fall on it. Great job there by the Highlanders producing their second turnover of the game. Highlander defense doing everything they need to do today as they have turned the Clippers over twice, once via interception and now through fumble. And in the first possession for the Clippers, the ball was knocked on the ground as well as they ripped it out of Rowell's hands, but the Clippers were able to get on that one. 47.7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Highlanders and Clippers tied at zeros. So the Highlander offense takes over, 1st and 10. Montina, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 receiver at the top of the screen. Montina will keep it himself, tries to reverse his field, nothing doing there. As a bunch of Clippers were there to meet him on the far side. No gain there for the Highlanders, brings up a second down and 10.
No gain on the run by Montina. Second and 10.
Second down and 10 for the Highlanders from their own 39-yard line. Clock is running down. We'll see if they'll let the quarter expire. It looks like they are. So we will switch sides of the field as the first quarter ends. The Highlanders and the Clippers tied at 0. Nice job by the Highlander defense, I should say, in the first quarter, as they were able to get 2 turnovers, an interception by Louis Montina, as well as a fumble recovery.
There is no smoking or vaping in or around Dilboy Stadium.
Highlander offense not able to do much there in the first half. First quarter, I should say. They were able to move the ball in their first possession. Got it down looking for a 42-yard field goal attempt, but a flubbed snap and hold led to a turnover on downs. And that is how we've gotten to this 0-0 score, as the Highlanders will have second down and 10 coming out of the break at the quarter as we move to the second quarter of play. As I noted earlier, the Highlanders, a veteran-laden team, 15 seniors on this team. Maillard Joseph, Fred Caston, Lottie Santana amongst those seniors. Also Louis Montina. So we have second down and 10 now for the Highlanders. Montina calling the signals. He gives it off to Saeed. Saeed finds a hole up the middle. Falls forward for a gain of 7 on that play. Brings up a third down and 3. Nice burst there through the hole as Terry Saeed showed some patience there, saw his hole open up and was able to run right through it. Big third down here for the Highlanders near midfield as the give is once again to Saeed. He'll try to bounce this one to the outside. 1 stiff arm, 2 stiff arm, breaks the tackle, goes out of bounds. Nice powerful running there. And that was some late action on the sideline, and the officials saw it as they were able to take care of business, getting the first down for the Highlanders. And there was some additional action there. Knocked out of bounds. A personal foul is going to be the call, and a late hit out of bounds. So the Highlanders are going to get an additional 15 yards at the end of this one. So it's going to be first down and 10 for the Highlanders as they get deeper into Clipper territory with the help of the personal foul call. It's going to be first and 10 from the 29-yard line. We are the Highlander offense hopefully continues to move downfield. Nice job running there by Saeed as he showed a lot of power. A couple stiff arms as well. Saeed will get it again. He'll break through one tackle in the backfield. Stiff arm gets him further, and he is breaking down the sideline, knocked down at the 2-yard line. A great run there by Terry Saeed as he was able to break out, but we have a flag on the play. We'll see what this one is. It's in the area of offensive foul. And that's going to be it. They're going to bring it back. It's a holding called against the Highlanders. So a great run there by Saeed, but it's going to come back as the hold is called against the Highlanders. We're joined right now, by the way, here in the booth. I'm joined by Danny Roach, class of 2013 for the Highlanders. Danny, nice to have you here with us.
Hey, how's it going? Nice
Going
to be
well.
Here.
It's going well. 0-0, of course.
Yes.
No, not a lot of offense. The Highlanders have been able to move the ball a little bit, but unfortunately haven't gotten pay dirt on the defensive side. 2 turnovers so far for the Highlanders today. Big second down here for the Highlanders. Second down and 15 as the timeout is going to be called, this time by Falmouth. One of their 3 timeouts here in the first half of play. 10:59 remaining in the first half, and we have zeros on the board. So, Danny,
yes,
you played, of course, here for Coach Mack.
I did, yes.
And so now coming into an opening game of the season, Danny, what sort of things do you think Coach Mack is saying to the team in terms of coming into the day's contest?
Today, I think he definitely puts more of a pressure on the team to be just as diligent and perfect in their craft, because they're in front of their home crowd tonight. It's an opener in front of the home. It's different when you're home. Just everybody's behind you. You have the support of everybody. You have your team. You have camaraderie, your people in the stands. When you're away, it's a little bit slower. You don't have that kind of oomph factor. The team, everybody's against you. So when you're home, he's really emphasizing, score points, get the points on the board, get the crowd into it, and make big stops, because that's what they say. Coach Mack's great. I played under him, and Coach Ladano was my lineman coach. I played under the two coaches prior, Coach Marchetti and Coach Gullah. But McConaughey's definitely taken this team to the next level with the offense. It's fun. When I was in high school, McConaughey wanted to run this same offense, but they couldn't get it down pat until Coach Gullah came and helped out, and then McConaughey just took it and wrote. That's a horse collar.
Oh, that is a horse collar. It looks like, but we got no call on that one. And Santana ripped down by the back of his collar. Dropped down for a loss of 2. Good penetration there by Falmouth as they were able to get into the offensive backfield and bring down Santana.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. Second and 16.
So we have second down and 16 now after a loss of 1 on that play.
Yep. It's nice to see the huddle back. They were doing the no huddle there for a while, and it's nice to see that it's slowing down. They're getting their footing. They're really going to try to put up some points.
It's Montina in the shotgun, 3 receivers on the near side. He looks out to the near side, little toss out to Saeed. Saeed looking for some room and some blockers, gets stood up at the 30-yard line, so a gain of 6 on the play. Gets it back almost to the original line of scrimmage for the Highlanders at the 30-yard line, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. Clock continues to roll, 9:40 remaining in the first half, no score in the game. Highlanders looking to open the scoring today on this offensive possession, but it's going to take one heck of a play here, 3rd down and 11, so a 3rd and long situation early on.
Yeah, they're going to, the defense is going to settle back, kind of play on their heels and see what the passing game is going to bring. So let's see the play call here.
Got 2 receivers at the top, 2 receivers at the bottom. Terry Saeed in the backfield. Montina looking out, looking for Fred Cass, and he has him out there. And in and out of Fred's hands. As I think the defender was able to get the hands up, did not touch the ball, but I think kind of got in the way of Fred's vision of that ball, and just couldn't quite bring it in. A big, huge play there.
Bubbled that one a little bit, but just a little more concentration. I think they're going for it, though.
Yeah, it looks like they are. They're kind of in that nether world. It would wind up being about a 47-yard field goal attempt from here. So instead, the Highlanders are going to go for it. 4th down and 11 from the 30. Let's see what they've got dialed up. 2 receivers at the top, 2 at the bottom. Montina with it, rolling out to the right, looking downfield. The pass is up, and it is intercepted. A one-handed interception there. A great play athletically by Falmouth as he came away with the ball. I believe that was Julian Hendricks comes away with that one, I think.
Yeah, that was a great read. They read the quarterback. Once he kicked out, they followed him through, and they just collapsed on that side. It was great defense.
Yep, not to put too fine a point on it, kind of cost themselves 10 yards. If he just knocked the ball down on 4th down, they would have gotten it at the 30, but instead the one-handed interception looked really great, but cost them about 10 yards on that one.
Yeah, at this age, you're going to just stat pad.
8:57 remaining in the first half. Highlander defense back out on the field as Falmouth has it at the 20.
They're going with the run.
Yep, Conley hands it off.
Straight up the middle.
To Roll. He is stood up. A nice job there by the Highlander defense. As getting in on that tackle is Fabrice Saeed along with Wadi Santana Really nice job. I think it was Saeed who got up there, originally made the contact and was able to hold him in check. Rollo, a very powerful runner, but Saeed able to hold him to a gain of 4. Conley, once again under center, single back, 2 receivers out. And Rollo in motion, and the give is to Roll, but no, pulled it out actually, yep. Did not realize he had pulled it out. Another job, great job by Fabrice Saeed as he busts in there and makes the hit. He was not fooled, I was.
He read that perfectly. That was a great read to the option pass for the quarterback.
Loss of 4 on the play. So it's 3rd down and 10 for the Clippers. Highlander defense looking excellent so far today, forcing 2 turnovers, as well as nice penetration on the defensive end as well, getting into the offensive backfield. Big 3rd down here. 3 receivers, 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top for the Clippers. Conley under center. Conley back to pass. Looking across
down
the middle. That one's incomplete, too high, as Dre Williams double teamed up the seam. Too high for him, brings up a 4th down and 10. Falmouth will be forced to punt. Their first punt went for about 15 yards. Not a great punt their last time. We'll see what kind of punt they can get this time. So the Highlanders will have Louis Montina back to return. Snap is good. Rolls punt. This one's a better punt as it bounces at the 45. Montina gets it there. He will bust it upfield, looking to get back to midfield, and he does just that as he is taken down at midfield. So the Highlander offense once again set up with good field position as they've started most of their drives either near midfield or into Clipper territory with the turnovers they've been able to get.
1st and 10 Highlanders.
Let's see what they can do with it.
1st down and 10 for the Highlanders. I know Coach Almeida for the Clippers was concerned coming in with the veteran leadership that the Somerville Highlanders have, many seniors on this team, as well as the pace of the Highlander offense. A lot of 2-way players for Falmouth, so he was concerned about that. We might see that playing out as the game continues. 7:11 remaining in the first half. 2 receivers on the near side. Fred Caston out wide on the far side. Single coverage there. As Montina gives it off to Saeed. Saeed cuts it up the middle. A little juke, a little jive, and 4 yards later, 2nd down and 6.
That's a good push on the offensive line to get him the hole. Get the offense rolling. See what we can do there, and then maybe get a play action or something like that. Let's see what Coach Mack and Coach O'Donnell have in store for us. That's definitely a big pressure point for Coach Joe O'Donnell is to get pressure on the defensive line with your offensive line, get the big push, get the holes.
Montina calls out signals. Give is to Saeed, this time off tackle on the left.
Oh, perfect.
He busts through 2 tackles, continues downfield across to the 35-yard line of the Clippers. Nice, powerful running there by Terry Saeed, and that's what I'm seeing from him right now. A lot of power as he's able to get through arm tackles using both the stiff arm and just those powerful legs, just continuing downfield. A really good job of running.
Yeah, he's moving downhill. He's really hitting the holes well and using his body to his advantage.
So 1st down and 10 for the Highlanders at the Clipper 35. Montina
drops back,
looking downfield,
sideline.
Drops it out to Maillard Joseph. Joseph along the sideline. Nice job there, keeping his feet in bounds as he reaches up for the ball. Knocked out of bounds after the 1st down. And inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line of the Clippers. Nice job there by the Highlanders.
Yeah, that was a great throw. He put it only where the receiver could get it. Right on the sideline, outside shoulder. Nobody else was getting that besides him. That was a great throw by the quarterback.
Yeah, Maillard Joseph, of course, a very tall player, able to utilize that height in that situation as he got that high pass. So Two receivers at the far side.
Puts him in
Joseph in
motion.
motion. They give it to Joseph as he looks for his blockers. Jumps over one defender. Falls forward for the gain of 5.
It's a good play, keeping them on their toes. They're definitely mixing it up right now. Falmouth doesn't really know what's going on. It's really good.
A 5-yard gain on first down. A nice yardage pickup there for the Highlanders. Keep those reasonable down and distances. Don't want to have those 2nd and longs and 3rd and longs. Those will lead to turnovers, as frankly you saw last time with the 4th and 10.
Yes, Coach Mack always says a game of inches. You know, get the first down, keep the chains moving, and you're in good position.
Got 3 receivers on the far side. 1 on the near side is Meyer Joseph.
himself.
Montina is going to keep it himself. Quarterback draw right up the middle, and he falls forward. We'll see whether he gets enough for the first down. He's right down near the marker. It's either going to be 3rd and inches, which I believe it is.
Yep, 3rd and inches.
4-yard gain on the run by Luke.
So 3rd down and inches for the Highlanders. 4:45 remaining in the first half. Highlanders in the red zone. Tied 0-0 here with the Clippers. So Highlanders set their offensive formation. Montina getting the play in from side. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver, Fred Caston, at the top of the
They're running
screen.
to the left.
Yep, there's the give to Saeed. He'll bounce it to the outside. Now driving into the middle. Let's see if he can push it all the way.
That's going to be a touchdown.
And he does for the Highlanders. Touchdown, Terry Saeed.
Highlanders.
He was hit
There you
at the
go.
4-yard line and just continued to power forward and was able to get that touchdown. A great job of running there by
That's
Saeed.
a great run. His legs did not stop moving right there. He just lowered his shoulder and plowed over Falmouth.
Fantastic job there, as we've seen the powerful running that he's had today. He busted into the end zone earlier, but it was called back on a penalty. So Terry Saeed opens the 2019 scoring for the Highlanders with his touchdown. The kick is up by Pierre, and it is good.
Good kick.
Extra point is
Lens
good.
Pierre with the kick. 7-0 is the score as the Highlanders take the lead here against the Falmouth Clippers.
That's a good drive for them. That really opens up a lot for them, and it gives the kids some, definitely pride and energy. I think the defense is going to come out and make a big stop, and we'll see what happens from there.
That's an excellent point. 4:16 remaining in the first half. Plenty of time for the Highlander defense to make a stop here and get the ball back into the offense's hands. And then the kickoff in the second half will be the Highlanders' ball. So a good opportunity here to get that double possession into the first half, opening of the second half. One of my personal favorite Madden ploys. So the Highlander offense doing a great job mixing things up, just as you pointed out, Danny. Mixing things up through the air as well as on the ground. And it does look like that Falmouth defense is struggling against them. The Highlanders taking their second time out of the half. That leaves them with 1
Timeout, Somerville.
for the first half, as that is one of the rule changes that has occurred in the off season.
They're doing excellent with everything that they have to do right now. Specific Coach Joe, the lineman coach, and he's the assistant coach as well, primary assistant, and he is from Falmouth, so I'm sure he wants this win a little extra. He knows their system. I think he's probably familiar with some of their coaches, because I'm pretty sure some of those coaches played alongside with him. So I'm sure he wants this win a little extra more, and he definitely lit a fire under the kids before, and definitely throughout the weeks of practice, because it's no joke, the practices with these guys, they tough practices they put the kids throughout camp.
Of course, Falmouth having to come up for the 11 a.m. start, coming up all the way from the Cape. So maybe rest might be a question for the Clippers as well today, as they were forced to get out of the beds a little early, I'd say, this morning.
Yeah, that's a one tough ride. We did that a couple times when I was in high school. We faced them, I think, twice.
As Pierre's kickoff to the far side, taken at the 15. Brings it across the 25 up to the
sideline.
30. He's got some room out there. As he breaks it across the 40 to the 42-yard line on the return was number 19, Cam Govini. Highlanders leading 7-0 here. 4:07 remaining in the first half as the Highlander defense back out on the field. Great results for the defense so far today as they've gotten 2 turnovers, an interception, as well as a fumble recovery.
And then
They forced
a punt.
Forced another fumble on the first drive, but it was recovered by Falmouth. And then 2 turnovers on downs. Conley under center. And the give is up the middle. That time to roll.
Oh,
He's got room to go as he skips to the side, and he's knocked down after first down yardage and more down to the Highlander 42-yard line. Nice job running there by Cameron Roll. He is the main offensive weapon for Falmouth.
Yeah, you can see why. He's a powerful kid.
16-yard gain on the play by Cameron Roll.
Of course, Falmouth put up 35 points last week on Dartmouth.
Oh, wow.
So the Highlander defense showing what they can do here.
Right up the
as
middle
that one's
again.
once again to Roll. He
Stood up and he keeps
is
going.
hit, but continues to go. As a nice job making the hit was Santana as he came up from his defensive back position. And he didn't lose grip of him, but needed a little help to get him
Yeah.
out of bounds.
Kept him there
7-yard
for the
gain
team
on the line by
tackle.
Roll.
Second down and 3 now for Falmouth.
Defense needs to step up right here. The offense did what they needed to do, and we have to just wait to see what the defense is going to do. I think Falmouth is hoping they bite on another run.
Conley with the give up the middle once again. Roll as he powers through, able to lean forward, fall forward to gain the first down plus more down to the Highlander 27-yard line.
Now, do you keep running the ball with all this yardage, or do you mix it up?
You've got to think at some point in time they're going to run a play action off of these successful
Yep.
runs.
Get him to bite, come in a little bit, throw it over the top.
We'll see if that is what they might do. Conley keeps it himself this time as he pulls it out of the gut. He makes about 4 yards on the play. The Falmouth offensive line getting a nice push on this drive.
Yeah, they are. The defense of the Highlanders look tired.
Back on their heels a little bit, it looks like.
4-yard
At the
gain
bottom of the
on
screen, there's a one-on-one matchup. Let's see if they go after that or if they continue on the ground.
2nd and 6 down in distance as
On the
the
ground.
sweep. And he's got room to roam as Sam Cavosa down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Huge run there. Nice offensive play calling there by Falmouth as they kept running the ball to the interior, finding some success,
Yep.
and then fake to the interior, pitch out to the outside,
They bounced
able to
it
get
right
big
out there.
yardage. 2.5 minutes remaining in the half.
24, Sam Cavosa.
Falmouth challenging here, trailing 7-0. It's Conley from the 3-yard line. He's going to keep it himself, and he runs it into the end zone for the Clipper touchdown. So
I think the Highlander touchdown did the opposite. It lit a little fire into Falmouth, and they want to answer right back.
yeah, good job by the Falmouth offense to answer back. Good point as well, Danny. It may have lit that fire as the Falmouth offense looked like a well-oiled machine on that drive.
They functioned really smooth right there. It was play after play, pickup after pickup.
So on to attempt the extra point, Gerald Mahoney. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good.
Extra point is good.
So 7-7 is your score. 2:18 remaining
Still
in
got
the
some
half.
time. You definitely have time to come down and score again, and then, like you said, you get the ball back, and you get the score, then the ball again, and then maybe put it back in and see yourself go from tie game to a 14-point lead, hopefully for the Highlanders. But Falmouth, if they keep playing offense the way they just did, it's gonna be tough for the Highlanders no matter what. They were really punching the ball inside, outside. It didn't really matter what they were doing. It didn't look like the Highlanders were ready for such a on-the-ground attack that Falmouth was giving them. That was a very impressive offensive display by Falmouth.
As you pointed out, Danny, maybe the Highlander touchdown lit a fire underneath Falmouth as they came out on fire offensively on that last drive as they were able to drive it down for the 2-yard touchdown for Conley. So 2:18 remaining here in the half. The Highlanders will have the ball.
They still have a timeout and they have the 2 minutes, so there's something they can do with it. That's a good kick.
This one's a good kick, fielded by Santana. And
Oh,
he's
wow.
down the far sideline, finally knocked out of bounds by Roll.
That was a good tackle by Roll, and it was a really good return right there by Santana.
So the mark on that one is going to be at the 37, it looks like.
Yeah. So,
Nope, 35 is where they're going to mark it. I think the referee was tying his shoe, and they thought he was marking the ball. So 2:10 remaining here in the half. The Highlanders are 65 yards away from pay dirt, tied 7-7 with the Clippers of Falmouth. Highlander offense coming out onto the field.
if you're the Clippers, you're probably going to play a little bit back, trying to make sure you don't get beat on the long ball, keep it on the ground, and keep the clock running. You don't want anything going over your head. You have the 2 safeties back.
Terry Said off the field. Darnell Pierre in the game, and he gets the draw. He gets the play, and number 57 there. Nice job.
They broke through the
penetrating.
backfield. They broke through that line very easily. They hit him in the backfield. They got his ankle, and he could not move.
Second down and 13 off the loss of 3. Clock continues to roll. 1:47 remaining in the half. Four receivers out for Montina as Pierre stays in the game as the lone tailback. Montina goes out,
To the flat.
passes it to Santana. Little flat pass there. Defense does a nice job coming up and eating it up after a gain of about 3. So we get back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10. And now Falmouth is going to take the timeout.
Smart move by them. Gives themselves plenty of time on the clock if the Highlanders can't get the ball moved. 4th down, the Highlanders either go for it, give them great field position, or punt, and they still have plenty of time either way.
Falmouth with 1 timeout now remaining in the first half.
3rd and 10.
Minute 19 left on the clock, so a big 3rd down here for the Highlanders. 3rd and a long 10 or short 11, whichever way you'd like to say that. But the line to make is the 45-yard line of the Highlanders.
So Falmouth's probably getting told to stay back, watch that pass because they know it's coming. You know, you'd like to see a zone in this type of situation, but you'd like to see the Highlanders attack the middle of the corners, kind of the sidelines, and see what they can do. Try to get the ball out fast. But it all starts with the offensive line holding their blocks so they can get the ball out. But we'll see, because the Falmouth is definitely putting a lot of pressure on the Highlanders' offensive line right now, and it's not looking like their last drive. I can assure you of that.
Only 2 receivers out wide to the near screen. Fred Caston is in motion, and the give is to Fred as he tries to find some room. He's got a little bit there as he gets it up to the 40-yard line, forced out of bounds there, so that stops the clock as well.
Yep.
So it's 4th down and 5 for the Highlanders.
Looks like their offensive unit's staying out there, so it looks as if they're going to go for it. Oh,
Nope,
they just called for the punt.
there it is. As Lars Pierre comes out.
This will be their first punt of the game, if in fact they don't fake it.
4th and 5.
I have to admit, I'm surprised they went for the jet sweep right there. I think they were trying to catch Falmouth a little bit off guard. They were thinking what I was thinking, maybe drop back a little bit and protect the long ball. But unfortunately, he bobbles the ball a little bit.
As Lynn's trying to get his bearings there. It's a short punt for Pierre. It goes out of bounds. We're going to see where they mark this one at the 45. So the Clippers will start their drive with 1:03 remaining in the half from their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was a tough punt. He bobbled the snap, and then the minute he caught that ball, he had to go right on the run, and he was trying to decide if he wanted to run or if he wanted to still kick the ball. He decided to kick the ball.
probably the better of the two choices. It didn't look like he had much room to run.
Nothing.
But wasn't really able to, because he was on the run at the time, wasn't able to get a lot behind that punt. So Falmouth now looking to take the lead in this game late in the first half. 1:03 remaining, coming off of a very strong drive. Roll back in the backfield once again. He is given the ball, and he is running downhill. That is how he runs.
Wow. That is one dangerous running back right there.
9-yard gain on the run by Roll.
Tenzin Gessar with the tackle there. But
Coming off
like
the field,
many,
and he's hobbling over there on the sideline. He took a seat right down. So his ankle might have gone twisted on that one.
second down and 2 now
Same
for
play.
Falmouth. Right back up the middle. That time you go to David Drew. As he leans forward for the first down. Timeout's going to be taken with 33 seconds left on the clock. Falmouth takes their final timeout of the first half.
It's a very good, effective play that they just ran twice in a row. It's the read option for the quarterback. He's reading the DN, and he's trying to make sure if the DN goes flying down the line, he's going to pull it and he's going to take it himself. And he's making sure that if the defensive end stays there, he's going to give it right up the gut to the running back, which they've done 2 or 3 times in a row right there. So that play seems to be very effective versus the Highlanders defense. It looks like they're really getting beat up the middle. So I think that they need to be able to collapse a little bit more and have their linebackers come right downhill and read that a little bit faster. They want to make that stop right at the line and hit them.
Tie ball game here, 33 seconds remaining in the first half. Falmouth with the ball as they have first down and 10 in Highlander territory at the 43-yard line. No scoring in the first quarter of this game. 1 touchdown apiece here in the second quarter. Highlanders open the scoring with an 8-yard run by Terry Saeed. Seemed to wake up the Clippers as they drove right downfield to answer back with a 2-yard run by Conley. Clippers now with the ball. 33 seconds left in the half. 2 receivers, one out wide to the far
Same
side
play
is
again,
Taylor
right
Fry.
down.
This time they're going
Pitches
to
it.
pitch it as it goes to the outside. He's got some room out there. And we have a flag down on the play. It looked like it was a hold there as he was trying to get the corner.
Wow, that's a really effective play. They're doing the read option into a little pitch. That's very effective, and that's a really hard play to obviously guard. The defensive efforts by the Highlanders is really getting tested right here because there's just so many things that this offense is doing to them right now that it's keeping them on their heels and they can't really attack the way that they want to on the defensive end.
Julian Hendricks was running on that one. I believe it was, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it was Louis Montina who had busted into the offensive backfield and forced that hold as they were trying to get the corner there for Hendricks. So a first down and 20 now. 25 seconds remaining in the half. It's Conley under center, looking downfield. He is under pressure and brought down for the Highlander sack. Nice job there by the Highlanders.
He broke one. I thought he was going to get away there for a second, but he was able to get right back up. Is he going to clock it?
Let's see here. 6 seconds remaining. Clock is
There you
running.
go.
5 seconds left in the half, so enough for one play here for Falmouth. See if they can get a prayer answered here with 5 seconds remaining. Tied 7-7 going into halftime.
Very, very disciplined team, Falmouth, getting right back to the line to make sure that ball gets down onto the grass. Very disciplined. Not many teams can do something like that where they have to get back, lined up, everybody set into a position, and then clock the ball. They know what they're doing. They're very well coached.
Derek Almeida, I should say, the head coach for the Clippers. And Conley back to pass. 4 receivers out in the pattern, looking to the far side, and that's going to be knocked away by Fred Caston. So he decided not to pad the ledger there for himself, ending the half. Fred just knocked that one down, and that will do it for the first half of play as the Highlanders and Clippers battle to a 7-7 tie. Opening out the Highlanders 2019 season, the score tied 7-7. I'm Todd Harmon. I'm joined by Danny Roach. Danny was a Highlander class of 2013. Had the pleasure of playing for Coach Fenton. So some great insights from Danny throughout the first half there. And one thing you pointed out, Danny, was number 11, Cameron Roll, for the Falmouth Clippers. Came up a little bit lame. Maybe his ankle got twisted up on a play late in that first half. He's one of the best offensive players for Falmouth. He looked like he was icing it going into
He's
the
not
locker
stretching
room.
right now either. He's out there just stretching while everybody else is warming up. So that's a sign of it's still sore. So let's see if he continues to run downhill like he was before, because it doesn't look like he's walking very heavily on that ankle. It feels like he's kind of leaning off it, and he's the only one who's not stretching. That's never a good sign for a player when they aren't participating in the team stretches.
That's true. As he was going off at the end of the first half, had an ice bag with him. And like you point out, not really stretching right now with the rest of the team. His quarterback, Kyle Conley, checking on him right now. But that one is a story we're going to keep our eyes on, as Roll, one of the most dangerous offensive players for the Clippers. Of course, as we look back at the scoring from the first quarter of play, 0-0 was the score at the end of the first quarter. Highlanders able to get 2 turnovers in the first half as well. 1 interception by Louis Montina, as well as a fumble recovery for the Highlanders, but they were not able to turn those into points. They finally did score midway through the second quarter as Terry Saeed, a beautiful 8-yard run. He was made first contact with the defender about the 4-yard line and just powered his way into the end zone to give the Highlanders the 7-0 lead. But that seemed to wake Falmouth up as the Clippers hit in the mouth like that. They came back strong as they drove straight down the field and scored the equalizing touchdown with Kyle Conley, a 2-yard keeper by the quarterback, for their touchdown, bringing us to the 7-7 score as we look to open out the second half. The Highlanders will start out on offense here in the second half, so we will see what the offense of the Highlanders can do and what sort of adjustments might be happening at the half.
Yeah, definitely we're going to look at the adjustments. I think Coach Joe and Coach McConan do a great job with definitely seeing what the other team's doing. They're going to put a big emphasis on the run stoppage on defense, and they're going to still mix it up on offense and see what's going to happen. Coach Joe wants probably a lot of push on that line, and McConan would love to see that. McConan wants to get the ball up the middle, bounce outside, but then he wants to do a little over-the-top passing, and he wants to make sure that no matter what he does, it's very, very accurate, and it keeps Falmouth guessing, because a team that's guessing doesn't know, obviously, what you're doing. And that's one of the most important things that he can ask for.
So we'll see what kind of adjustments the Highlanders come up with in that first half. The offensive line for Falmouth really began to get a strong push there towards the end of the first half. So we'll see what the Highlanders can do adjustment-wise in answer to that. We near the beginning of the second half. Of course, Falmouth coming off of a great offensive performance last week. They won 35-14 over Dartmouth as they opened their new multi-million-dollar sports complex down on the Cape at Falmouth. And so they come into this game 1-0. The Highlanders, their first game of the season today. They, of course, 0-0, as this is their first game. It is a battle of Division V rivals. Falmouth coming up from Division V in the south, and Somerville Division V north. So a great matchup thus far that we've had. The Highlanders will open out on offense as we move towards the second half of play.
Check your mic. Coach Joe was saying, Zach, can you hear me? So I told him your headphones were off.
Now, about to get started. Oh, he's back on the field, putting the ball down.
Well, he also is the kicker for does kickoffs, handles kickoffs and punts as well for Falmouth. So the fact that he's out here for the kickoff, good sign for Falmouth, having Cameron Roll out there.
Overturn we got.
And Roll's kick, fielded by Louis at the 6-yard line. He brings it out, cuts it up the middle, finds a seam there, able to get across the 35. He's got some yardage now as he has open field ahead of him. Finally brought down in the Clipper territory at the 38-yard line.
That's a great return that definitely hypes up the offense and makes them want to go out there and push and get some points on the board for that type of effort on kick return, I'm sorry.
Great job by Louis Montina there as he was able to get it all the way to the Falmouth 36-yard line. So once again, good field position for the Highlanders as they open out the second half, tied 7-7 here with the Clippers.
That type of turn will put some hair on your chest.
So Montina with 3 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. The give is to Terry Said. Said is swallowed up there by the Falmouth defense. Number 41, Marvel Nicholson, as well as number 30, David Drew, in on that tackle. A couple of those two-way players that Falmouth has, and many players playing both sides of the ball for both the Highlanders and for Falmouth.
Again, struggles on the offensive line, just letting the defense push them back and get right into the backfield. They definitely need to start pushing and get some movement on that front line and great opportunities so the running back can get into at least the secondary and make something happen.
What do we got?
So second down and 9 is the down and distance for the Highlanders opening of the second half of play. 2 receivers near side, 1 receiver at the top of the screen is Fred Caston. The give is to Terry Said up the middle, and nothing doing there. As there's no gain that time. Drew involved in that tackle.
No gain on the run by Terry Said.
Along with Bryant Bowman.
3rd and 9.
Big nose tackle there for the Clippers. Brings up a 3rd down and 9.
If you're the Highlanders, you need to get some movement. You need to do something. You need to get the ball into at least the first down. Like, that's devastating to see a run back like that and then have nothing come out of it. And for the defense, you can't feel any better. You know, they've been in your territory so many times, and just to be able to stop them time after time, it really gives one side confidence. One side, it takes it away.
Meyer Joseph in motion, gets the jet sweep. He cuts it up. He's got room. He has the corner. He has the 10. 5 out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Huge play there by Meyer Joseph.
There you go. That's a great play by Coach Mack. They were going up the middle. They were getting stomped up the middle. So what do? They bounce it to the outside, just like Falmouth did with that play. And they're able to get a huge gain on the outside. It didn't require too much blocking from the offensive line. It took a lot of pressure off them, and was able to let the man in motion create for himself, and that's what a good player does. They can create for themselves. So, great play call right there.
A huge first down conversion there for the Highlanders. They have it at the Clipper 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Tie ball game here.
To the left.
As Louis Montina is going to keep it to the left. He
Fumbles
breaks
it,
one tackle.
takes
The
it.
ball went down. He bounced right back into his hands, it looked like, and he's in for the Highlander touchdown.
Highlander!
You don't see. Oh, flag came out. I think it was for excessive celebration, but we'll see.
Let's see what this flag is about.
You don't see that too often. Somebody fumbles and it comes right back up to them and into the end zone,
Yeah, it just absolutely bounced right back into his hands as he was right on the goal line. We'll see what the call is here. Well, they picked the flag up. I didn't see a signal. There's the signal. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Highlanders.
Yeah.
It is excessive celebration, so it will be applied on the kickoff.
I think they celebrated a little too much in front of the defender's face. Oh, bad
That's
snap.
another
He
bad
has to pick it
snap.
up.
Santana trying to make something out of it. Gets around the corner, drops out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So nothing doing there for the Highlanders. No conversion there on the kick. So it is a 13-7 Highlander lead here. Opening out the second half, a very nice return initially by Montina as he's able to bring it out to the 36-yard line of the Clippers to start that drive, and then he finishes it off with a big 5-yard touchdown run.
It's nice to get that type of, effort out of the kids to make sure that something's going to happen, and it's nice to have your teammates back, and that's what they did right there. They started off slow with those 2-3 runs right down the middle, but they were able to figure it out and bounce it to the outside, and that's what really counts is where you're going to go and how you're going to get there. So that was really good for the Highlanders to, make the adjustment that they need. With that flag, that's a terrible flag for the Highlanders that, unfortunately makes everything a little more difficult for him, but that's what you get for celebrating in front of somebody's face, I guess.
Well, you know, the last time the Highlanders scored in the first half, Falmouth able to answer back so quickly.
Yep.
Took a lot of the momentum right back from the Highlanders, and that excessive celebration penalty is going to set Falmouth up with really good field position here probably. So a good opportunity for them to answer back and steal that momentum back again from the Highlanders. So we'll see how that plays out, but you're exactly right. Excessive celebration penalty puts the Highlanders in a bit of a hole here as they'll be kicking it from their own 25-yard line.
Yep.
Pierre will be kicking this one. 9:52 remaining in the third quarter as the Highlanders take their second lead of the game, 13-7.
Trying to make sure the wind doesn't take the ball off.
And it did.
Yep.
Pierre's like, oh man.
He spent all that time for nothing.
All right, nobody breathe on it.
Yeah. Got back there a little faster this time.
And Pierre's kick.
It's
High,
but it's
short kick, fielded at the 46-yard line by Drew. Powers through one arm tackle. He's knocked out of bounds as he's taken out by Darnell Pierre. A lot of Pierres on the Somerville squad this year.
That was a very high kick. Unfortunately, I don't think it was what the Highlanders exactly wanted. I think if it was what they wanted to get there quicker and be able to collapse right on the kick because he wasn't calling a fair catch. A lot of teams don't go over fair catches for somebody who's that far up on the line. So
the Clippers begin their first possession of the second half in Highlander territory from the 45-yard line. Great field position for the Clippers as they try to answer back. Highlanders leading 13-7 here early in the second half.
same play that they were running the first.
And the give is right up the middle roll as he powers through multiple tackles. He's finally taken out of bounds, and there's that ankle again.
Yep. Stop.
Couldn't quite break it open. He had
right off
open
the
field.
He's going right off.
Yeah.
He can't do it. He broke it, and he had no one in front of him, and he wasn't even close to being touched, and he had to come right off. That ankle just gave up on him. I don't think we'll be seeing him again. He's over there hobbling on the sideline, but the Highlanders defense is going to have to stand the next person who comes up. They ran that same play.
1st and 10 right up the middle. Highlanders standing tall, but a good push there by the Falmouth offensive line gets them inside the 5, down it looks like to the 3.
I think the Highlanders defense needs to stack the box a bit more and just kind of play on the run and leave their corners to play one-on-one, because right now they're not utilizing the receivers. If you play them one-on-one, you have to have confidence because the run game's killing you. You have to pick your poison in a position like this, and I think you need to pick pass over run.
2nd and goal now from the 4. Conley will keep it, and he jumps across the goal line for the Clipper touchdown. As Conley gets his 2nd touchdown of the game.
The offensive line for Falmouth is doing great. They're just pushing the Highlanders back, and it's virtually non-existent defensive line for the Highlanders right now.
Touchdown.
So Falmouth lining up for the extra point. Gerald Mahoney on for the kick. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it doinks off the left upright. We have a tie ball game, 13-13, as that one is no good off the foot of Mahoney. So a tie ball game here, 13-13. Once again, the Highlanders score on the offensive end, and immediately Falmouth answers back, but a big situation developing with Cameron Rowell as he was not able to stay on the field. That ankle just took him down, and he is still over on the sidelines. We'll see what happens with him.
Yeah, he's getting taped up right now on the sideline.
Yep, there he is getting treatment.
Yep, he's getting taped up right now. They're definitely seeing if that ankle is ready to go. But at this rate, I don't know if he's doing a great job running the ball or if the offensive line's getting a great job pushing the Highlanders defense, which is making it easier for him. So we're going to have to see with their next in line running back if he can come out and do the exact same thing. Depends on what the Highlanders defense does.
Yeah, number 41, Marvel Nicholson, as well as number 30, David Drew. Those are the guys who are going to be getting the ball in terms of running for the Clippers if Roll is not able to come back.
Well,
Right now, Highlander offense is.
They should be aware of the smaller kick because the. Yep.
Excellent point, Danny. So that one's a low kick fielded at the 15 by Montina. He's got some room along the sideline, cuts it back towards the inside. He's got a blocker. He's held down. Just got a hold of his jersey, was able to hold him back. Number 65 right there, Peter Doonan, as he was able to keep Montina from breaking that one free.
Sir, tuck that shirt in and you're gone.
So once again, the Highlanders will begin from the Clippers side of the field. Short field presented for the Highlander offense. So they start at the Clippers' 47-yard line. 8:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. Tied up 13-13. As Willie Montina leads the troops out onto the field, he's got two receivers at the top, a single receiver is Meyer Joseph at the bottom.
It looks like it's going to the right run.
And the give is
to the right run
to Terry Said. He bounces it out to the right, and nice job there by Said. Shows that power as well. It looked like he was bottled up right there on the right-hand side. Instead, he was able to cut it back upfield and power through. It took about 4 or 5 Clippers to finally bring him down at the 40-yard line, bringing up 2nd down and 3 for the Highlanders.
It looked like his hole was between the tackle and the guard, but I think he bounced it out past the tackle.
Super beast or spread?
Highlander offense looking to answer the answer back.
Yes.
4 receivers out for Montina.
Do you think they're going to keep with the jet sweep?
And jet sweep, here it is, as Waddy Santana has it. He will cut it up, get the first down and more as he tries to spin away. Far side of the field there across the 35 down to the 33-yard line of the Clippers. Nice job of running there by Waddy Santana.
That's a very effective play. It's been effective throughout the game. Their DN shooting right down the line every time they do a jet sweep right now. What I would like to see is the Highlanders try to get their quarterback to pull the ball and then go opposite side because there's nobody on that side of the field when they do the jet sweep. So hopefully that's something they can keep their eye on.
Bring the man in motion, do the fake on the jet sweep, pull back to the other side.
Yes, because once that guy goes in motion, you'll see the whole defense shift and you'll see the guy running with them, especially when they're in man. If they're in zone, it doesn't work.
Meyer Joseph down bottom of the screen, single coverage there. Give is going to be kept this time by Montina as he bounces through a few tackles, leans forward, pushes the ball forward. Gain of about 6 on that, maybe even 7.
This is a very heavily run game. It seems like it's a very run-oriented game right now between both teams. There's not a lot of passing. The clock's going to keep moving. But definitely the offensive line of the Highlanders is starting to get that push that we were talking about earlier, and it's starting to look like they actually want to be out there.
Gain of 6 on the play there. 2nd down and 4 for the Highlanders, trying to stay out of those long down and distances. 2 receivers on both sides. And the give is to Said right up the middle as he continues powering forward. Just keeps those legs churning, gets it at least an extra yard or 2 out of it, which is so incredibly vital. As you said, Coach Mack talks about how it's a game of inches, and he is gaining inch by inch and inch continually by that desire and that power by Terry Said.
These kids are very lucky. Coach Mack played quarterback in high school, but he was a wildcat quarterback, so he was more of a running back in college. At Temple, he played running back. Coach Ladonald played college in lineman at Temple, so these kids are very well coached. They know the game, especially those positions that are very in-depth. You get a lot of knowledge. You know your splits on the offensive line. You see one guy a little widened out. They're going to be running to the outside sometimes when they're setting the jet sweep again.
Yeah, Santana, this time though, they give it to Terry Said as he goes to the left. He's got enough for the first down, continues moving forward down to the 20-yard line.
That's all they needed. That's great. That's a great run. I'm happy that they went with that.
Number 43 up slow for the Clippers, Evan Eisenhower.
Very happy that they went with that play. I think that play would have worked a while ago too, and I think they're utilizing everything. Now that, Falmouth was really just following them on that jet sweep. Now they have to kind of stay complacent and stay to see what's going to happen and watch it. So they're going to give up a yard or two every time now. It's making them think, not react. And that's what you want from a team. You don't want them reacting. A lot of athletes just react, but these kids are starting to think.
First down and 10 for the Highlanders from the Clipper 20.
You got a
Back
bull
to
rush.
pass is Montina's. Whew, that was almost
Yeah.
intercepted by Eisenhower.
We got out fast. It was a pretty good coverage.
Second and 10.
Tried to squeeze it into a small window there in the zone. Eisenhower playing back on it, able to knock it down. So it brings up a second down and 10 for the Highlanders.
I think what they wanted to do there was throw it over the top, but I think it just came out a little bit wrong. But it was the right idea, just the wrong place for it to be. You're seeing the defensive line start to push. They're starting to bull rush instead of making moves. They're trying to just overpower the Highlanders.
And the give is to Saeed. He will reverse
There you
fields
go.
back to the left side.
Oh, good
Big block there.
Block.
They're going to call a foul on that.
That is not.
They're going to call a foul on that, and this one's going to
That's-
come back.
That's a wrong call.
Third time this game that Terry Saeed's been into the end zone. Only one of them will have counted because
That's the wrong
two of them
call.
have come back due to fouls. It looked for all the world as if the defender had reversed and had complete knowledge of what was in front of him, and what was in front of him was a heck of a block.
Oh man.
That's a tough break for the Highlanders. So this one's going to come back
Wow.
all the way back.
I think the officials think that they're playing basketball or soccer out there. I think they forgot they were playing actually football. That's definitely the wrong call. The defender was well aware of what he was running into. That hurts. That does.
So a big second down and long here for the Highlanders as they have it on the Clipper 33-yard line. So second down and 23. The yard to get is the 10-yard line. A couple plays to get that. Montina back, passes
blitzed it.
out. It's complete, gain of about 7 actually on the play, I'd say, down to the 24-yard line.
Falmouth brought the blitz knowing that was a passing situation, tried to put a little more pressure on the quarterback and try to get it, out a little bit faster than it should have come out, but he was able to complete the throw and keep his composure. It was a great throw and it was a good pass protection. If you notice what the defensive line is doing now is they're breaking through the line, but they're kind of staying in place to see what's actually going to happen. They're not actually attacking all the way through once they get through the line. So it's giving the Highlanders about a second or two, that they need to really get that offensive stride going again.
Third down and 14. The 10-yard line is where the Highlanders need to get. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter of play, tied 13-13. Montina back to
Bringing
pass,
everybody.
looking for Meyer Joseph. He's got single coverage. Incomplete, just out of reach of Joseph.
Martinez pass intended for Maillard Joseph is incomplete.
Looking for that fade towards the front pylon. So it brings up a fourth down and 14 for the Highlanders. If they were to attempt a field goal, it would be a 42-yarder.
That's tough.
That is tough. They did line up for a 42-yarder in the first quarter, but a bobbled snap ended that attempt. This time they're not going to try to kick it. They will go for it here on fourth down and 14. The line to get is the 10.
I like that call.
4 receivers.
Well, they go with
Montina
the
on the screen to Fred Caston. Caston juking, jiving, moving, powering down to the 11-yard line. Just looks like short of the first down.
That's tough.
Oh, that is a tough break there for the Highlanders.
That's tough. They went from having a touchdown from a bad call from the officials to a turnover, and that definitely hurts. But you know what? That just means the defense has to step up a little bit and put their foot in the ground and really attack the offensive abilities, because they're going to run the ball. You know what they're going to do. They're not hiding it anymore. They're not trying to test you. They're just hitting you with everything they have on the ground. So let's see what the Highlanders can come back with.
Clippers pinned deep in their own territory, starting this drive at their own 12-yard line. Conley under center. And Conley will keep it. Gets some blockers there as he's across the first down marker up to the 24-yard line. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that was Drew. David Drew with the run.
10-yard gain on the run by Kyle Todd. First and 10.
First down and 10 now for the Clippers.
Oh,
And that's going to be motion right there.
Flag on the play.
Marvell Nicholson was in motion. Had some movement from the offense.
You would think a play that they run every single two or three plays that they would have it down pat, but I guess everybody makes mistakes once in a while. But that's a very big mistake for Falmouth, especially with the field position that they had the game, and that stops their momentum a lot. So
Brings up first down and 15 now for the Clippers as they huddle up. Tied up 13-13 here. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Conley now under center.
they load the box, they bring
Nicholson
them
in
out.
motion. Pitch is out to their far side, number 34 there. That's Dre Williams.
They messed that play up, but they came right back to it, knowing that they can execute that play almost at any point, and that's exactly what they did. They fake up the gut. If the defensive end doesn't bite, they give it to the guy up the gut. If the defensive end bites, they roll it out, and then they pitch it once the safety comes down for help. It's honestly a triple option. That's really good. They go with the same
Second and
play.
3, same exact play. Give is up the middle. Drew leaning forward, gets the first down across the 35, or to the 35, I should say. So first down and 10 for Falmouth. As they continue to run that triple option type package.
First and 10.
You might need to bring your corner off of somebody and do a corner blitz really quick just to keep them honest.
Conley will keep it. Nope, I'm sorry. He'll give it off to Drew, who has nowhere to go. Nice push there by the Highlander defensive line. So they gave no ground whatsoever.
Yeah, to stop this type of play that they keep doing really up the gut and kind of doing that little triple option, you have to get movement on their offensive line, and that's where it starts, so the linebackers can fill in those spaces. And then it's really just about if you can wrap the guy up.
You know, Felix did a nice job on that one to make the tackle. This one right up the gut once again. Falmouth getting the push that time. So they're able to bring it up 7 yards.
Yeah, this isn't going to be a game of will your quarterback be the one that wins it. It's going to be, can your offensive line get the push for your running back to break something out.
Third down and 3 here for Falmouth. Big third down for the Highlander defense, looking to stop them. As the play is going to be stopped, Falmouth's going to take one of their timeouts here in the second half. 55.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter, tied 13-13. As Falmouth is going to talk this one over.
The Highlanders are doing a really good job in a lot of aspects. I think that they just need to clean a little bit up and they'll be fine, especially going against this offense. They've been seeing the same kind of plays over and over, and I think that they're going to really adjust to those plays. Well, Falmouth, I think they're going with the thought process of if it's not broken, don't fix it. So they're just going to keep doing the same thing. And it's really going to be in their offensive line, keep getting that push on the defensive line of the Highlanders, and they have to do something. You can see Coach Ladonald teaching them, how to get past the offensive line. They got to get some push, pull, something to really break that offensive stride, because right now they're running the ball very hard down the offensive line of the Highlanders.
Coach Joe has those defensive linemen right next to him as he's talking to them, getting that message through to them of what they need to do to try to stop this triple option threat that Falmouth brings. So another big third down here, third down and 3. It's a short 3, a long 2, either way you want to look at it. Conley under center, has Drew behind him.
They do it.
Hendricks in motion,
pitch.
tosses to him.
Get the
nice
corner,
job
get the
there. There's a hold. They did
you
call
go.
it. I was waiting for them to
Yes.
call that as Louis Montina got yanked from behind.
He put his hands up to make sure the refs found that too. That was a great move. That's a great play. That's exactly what you need to do. Make it so apparent that the referees can't miss it.
Offense.
So that's going to be the holding against Falmouth. That's going to nullify the first down and move it back 10 yards from the point of the foul. So we'll see where they spot it. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long, no matter what.
That's what I'm saying.
Third down and 15 now. So you go from a 3rd and long 2 to a 3rd and 15. A huge, huge penalty call there.
Oh, 100%. It puts the offense into the quarterback's hands for at least one play, you would hope, you know? They can't go to the run game again, so, you know, I don't know how good the quarterback is with the throwing because we've only seen run for a lot of the second half. I would probably say a screen would be coming.
Number 13 out wide to the top of the screen is Taylor Fry for the Clippers. In motion once again. They stick with that triple option as they get the ball to number 34. He's got the corner, trying to find more Highlanders over there, knocking him down and taking him down inside the 40-yard line.
Should have had him overshot it.
Nice job there by the Highlander defense as they were able to string that one out. Fred Caston involved in the tackle.
I'm surprised with the play call, but I'm really not surprised by the play call. I guess they're truly going with the if it's not broke, don't fix it mentality.
Now their normal punter
Is out.
is Cameron Roll. He is not out there. So we'll see who does the punting duties. Number 84 is out there for the punting duties. Jaden Giacello. And we have a timeout. That's a second timeout for Falmouth.
That's a bad timeout they have to take.
Wow. So that leaves them one timeout here in the
that's
second
rough.
half.
That's a tough one that you have to take just because I said earlier that they were very well disciplined, but right there it just shows that, you know, they made a mistake. They had, I think, one too many players on the field, and before they got penalized for that, they decided to call the timeout, and I think that was the smarter move because I don't think they're going to get a great punt from this player because they're, like you said, usual punter is not on the field right now, so they can't afford to give up any more yards as it is.
Right. No doubt about that. And I think changing up who the punter was going to be, there was some confusion about that as well, and that's pretty much what caused too many men on the field in that situation.
Yes. I have to absolutely agree with that. You know, you're looking for either a bad punt or no punt at all because, like you said, their punter's not in, could be a fake, they're having success, so
Well,
gotta be aware.
I think that might be something that Somerville coaches just pointed out.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the possibility of a fake in this situation.
Definitely, like a direct snap.
And high snap, but he fields it nicely. Line drive punt fielded by Saeed at the 35. He will try to get
gets away
around the
from one.
corner, and he does
Good
as he
return.
breaks it down the sideline.
There you
Nice
go.
return
Very
there by
good
Terry
return.
Saeed. And we got the flag down. It looked like it could have been a block in the back. Got him the corner there. So we will
Coach
see.
Joe is on the sideline that you can see trying to calm the kids down because they're very aggravated with another flag. They don't think that they deserve it. I think you're right.
Yep. Foul called against Somerville.
You have to, at a time like that, you definitely have to calm the kids down because emotions run high. And when your emotions are running high, you make dumb plays and you make plays that aren't accustomed to your culture. And right now, they don't want that happening. So I think it's a good time just to take a deep breath and rebalance. Just get your mind on one thing, and that's, you know, scoring.
That's going to end the third quarter of play as we have still a tie ball game, 13-13. They're going to flip sides. I'm not sure exactly where we're placing the ball after the foul. Terry Saeed had a nice return across midfield, but it's called back due to a foul, an illegal block by the Highlanders. So it looks like they're going to be placing this one at the 20-yard line or in that general vicinity.
What's nice for the Highlanders is maybe they can start letting the ball go a little bit more from the quarterback's perspective because they're going with the wind instead of against the wind. So that gives the quarterback a little more, you know, throwing arm. The wind might carry the ball a little more. So I think that they need to start utilizing a little more of that too.
Well, and we've not really seen them open up the passing game.
Yeah.
We've seen some passes over by the Highlanders, specifically possibly looking for Meyer Joseph or Fred Caston to get open on the outside. They have probably more speed than the guys defending them. Tight coverage now at the low
Playing very
near
off
side.
the ball.
As Joseph will get it on
waiting
the
for the
jet
sweep.
sweep. And he is taken down quickly as the cornerback did a nice job coming back down the line to stop that one. Gain of about 4 on the play brings up a...
Yeah, Fred Caston needs to hold his block on that cornerback a little bit more because he was able to just go right inside on Caston, and his responsibility there is to make sure that that jet sweep gets at least a couple more yards, and he couldn't hold that block. You know, if he pushed the corner outside or he ran outside, the corner has to respect that and go with him. So that's a big thing that the Highlanders do. That's exactly what they want with the defensive end. He can't go inside unless it's a play blitz. There you go.
Down at 7, passes complete to Waddy
There you go.
Santana as he is
down.
ripped down. Santana got a gain of about 3 on the play, maybe 2, so it brings up a third down, I should say, and about 4 yards.
The pass to Santana is complete for 3 yards. 3rd and 4.
.10:47 remaining in the game. 13-13 is your score. Battle of Division 5 opponents. As Falmouth comes up from Division 5 South, Cape and Islands Conference. Of course, Somerville back in the GBL. The GBL has returned, the Greater Boston League.
The blitzing.
And that one's put on the ground. Saeed lost that one. Falmouth jumping on the ball is number 13, Taylor Fry.
1st and 10.
That's a strong blitz by Falmouth. They brought way too many for the Highlanders to even try to block. They read that play right from the beginning. They brought in basically their linebackers and their safeties. They blitzed everybody all at once, and the Highlanders just couldn't keep it. By the time the running back had the ball in his hands, it looked like there was somebody back there slapping it out. So there's not much you can do about that.
Huge turnover, great penetration by Falmouth on that play as they were able to get into that offensive backfield, knock the ball away, and come away with the turnover. First turnover, or second, I should say, turnover of the game for the Highlanders, as there was an interception in the first half as well.
The usual halfbacks back in. They run the same play. He gets it.
Roll. He's back in the game, and there he goes. Right down the middle for the touchdown, and the Clipper lead as Cam Roll is back into
we have
the
a Highlander
game.
down, holding his ankle.
3-yard
The end zone.
For 11, Cam Roll for a Falmouth touchdown.
So a big run there by Cam Roll gets Falmouth the first lead of the day. 19-13 is the score pending the extra point. 10:15 remaining in the game.
He is a power runner, that kid. Once he starts going, I don't know how many people can stop him. I think there was 4 Highlanders that tried to take him down. There's one Highlander down in the end zone right now, holding his ankle still.
Yep.
I'm not sure who it is. I can't really make out his number.
Number 8 is down. That is Montina, and that is not good. Louis Montina, quarterback for the Highlanders, down in the end zone, holding on to his ankle right now, getting it checked out.
Number 7.
Looks like Montina trying to get the shoe off
Hey, tell Aiden.
so he can take a look at it.
Aiden, that's Lewis down right now. Aiden should be throwing the ball. Okay, Lewis.
So the Highlanders got Montina up now as he's coming over to the sideline. Took a shoe off.
Walking kind of gingerly.
He's very frustrated, you could tell.
Yep. They have number 7 warming up his arm right now.
So Louis coming off the field. Aiden Slattery, sophomore backup quarterback for the Highlanders, starting to loosen up a little bit on the sideline. So the Clippers will look for the 2-point conversion here after the touchdown. Highlander defense
Same
gets
play
settled
right
right
up
up the middle roll, untouched.
2-point conversion is good.
That play has worked for them about, I would say, 13 to 14 times, and they haven't changed it. The kids coming in motion, going right back down, coming right back up, and then number 11 is taking it right up the gut. There's not much the Highlanders are doing to stop it. Linebacker has to be there to stop that. The defensive lineman has to make the offensive lineman work a little harder. Eat his pride, maybe take the lineman down, let him get pancaked, take up that hole, something. But you have to stop the run game because it is killing the Highlanders right now.
See Louis Montina there sitting on the bench. Nobody is really attending to him or anything. He's just sitting there. He's kind of working on his own ankle.
Yeah, his shoe might have just, his shoe might have just come off, and he was just trying to put it back on. I don't know. Michelle is usually pretty good at coming and helping the kids.
Jeff Argenziano, our man on the spot down there, getting the inside information for us. 21-13 is the Clipper lead now. 10:15 remaining in the game. As they will kick this one away. Roll does not do the kicking. Instead, that one's fielded by an up man on a line drive as Ginsley Lewis with the return up to the 40-yard line. So we'll see who comes out.
10-yard kick return. Number 13,
Looks like Louis coming back out. He's got the helmet on,
Somerville.
walking fine.
It's a good time for the Highlanders.
Yeah, Louis right in the middle of that huddle as he's going to lead the team back out onto the field. So first down and 10 for the Highlanders. They trail by 8, 21-13. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the game. They have it at their own 40 to start this drive. As Montina
Right through the.
keeps it himself. He's running that one up the middle. Meets a whole bunch of Clippers there after a gain of about 4. So Louis says, you thought my foot might be hurt. It's not. I'm fine. I'm going to run this one.
2nd and 6.
Yeah, it was a good read. The offensive line is definitely gonna have to get some push. I saw number 70, the left guard, go right into the backfield on that last play. So it's gonna be hard to run into the left if that keeps happening.
2nd down and 6 now for the Highlanders. The line to get is the 50. Montina
They go to
keeping
the
himself around the right, short side of the field.
There
He
you go.
gets a block out there, gets the first down, trying to get more. Gets over to the 48-yard line. So first down for the Highlanders.
80-yard run.
It's a very good take. He's definitely trying to take the ball and do whatever he can to get the Highlanders up on that board again and show Falmouth that his ankle's 100% fine.
It certainly looked fine on that run.
Wow.
Good burst of speed there as he was able to get the first down. A couple extra yards there after contact as well. Louis got 4 receivers out in the pattern, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom.
They go right
Give
back to the same
is
play.
to Saeed as he powers that one right up the middle. Gains about 3 yards on that one. Brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Highlanders as they have it at the 45-yard line.
It's a very strong play. It's going, they're reaching to the offensive line's reaching to their right on that play, so it allows a lot of holes to be exposed, especially on the defense because they have to keep going. They have to make sure they keep the outside of the lineman's shoulders, so it's smart.
Jeff Argenziano, our man on the
It's a pass.
inside.
They get right
This
through.
one's out to the outside. Caston gets it, avoids one tackle, and he's away down the sideline.
Keep going.
To the 10,
Keep going.
to the 5.
Keep going.
He's in for the Highlander. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Highlanders!
Great
you
job
go.
there as
That's
Fred
great.
Caston got that ball, was able to avoid a few tacklers and take it right in for the touchdown.
That's great. The quarterback right there did a great job keeping his composure. The left side of the offensive line broke down. They let everybody right through, but he was able to get that out.
Highlanders now trailing by 2 19-21. Looks like they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Trying to tie it up 21-21 after the touchdown reception by Fred Caston. Just a quick note, Jeff Argenziano, our man on the inside on the sideline, letting us know that Louis Montina was suffering from a little bit of a toe-foot cramp situation there. So he's doing perfectly fine, rubbed it down a little bit, and he's looking great now. There's Louis in there.
There you go. They're
Gets
reaching.
the ball,
They're
he's
reaching.
keeping it himself.
He goes reverse to the
reverse
back.
Fields.
And he's
Looks
good.
like he has it.
There you go.
Tie ball game. 21-21 as the Highlanders convert the 2-point conversion.
Wow. He is definitely feeling it right now. He's in his groove. He knows what he wants to do. He is a man on a mission. And right now, he looks like he's a man playing amongst boys.
Great drive there by the Highlanders as they answer back after Falmouth was able to turn a turnover into a leading touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The Highlanders tie this one back up at 21 with their own touchdown and 2-point conversion. A great run by Fred Caston after a beautiful pass. As you pointed out, a great job by Montina on that one, keeping his composure, finding his open receiver, and then Fred just took it from there. And then Montina on that 2-point conversion reverses Fields, finds he has nothing on the near side, busts it back out to the left, and picks up a beautiful block as well by Terry Said there to get him to the corner.
Yeah, he's doing excellent. He's definitely taking the offense under his wing. He kept the ball, I think, 3 or 4 times in that series, plus the 2-point conversion, got the ball out on that pass. He did everything that he needed to do. He's looking like he's a man amongst boys out there right now.
8:05 remaining in the game. We've got ourselves a heck of a game here, 21-21. These two Division V opponents battling back and forth. Every single time the Highlanders have taken the lead, the Clippers have answered back, and now the Highlanders have answered back to a Clippers lead. Pierre in to kick. So he will kick this one away.
Good kick. That's a very good
Beautiful kick as that one's going to go into the end zone for the touchback.
You don't see that too often in high school football.
That's the second touchback, actually, that Pierre has gotten today. So excellent leg there by Pierre. Highlander defense now has to do something about Cam Roll. How do you stop Cam Roll? Number 11, his ankle has been bothering him throughout the day as he twisted it towards the end of the first half, but he came back in that last series of downs and was able to force the ball into the end zone for the Clippers and get the 2-point conversion as well. He's a very, very powerful runner and a very fast runner. You see, actually, he's on the sideline right now, but there's no doubt he'll get back out there probably if they're able to get him back out there.
I think he'll be back out there 100%, especially if they start making Highlander territory.
It's Conley. We'll keep it this time.
There you go.
Good job there by the defensive line. Great job holding their ground. Mayer Joseph able to come up and make the initial hit after the defensive line did their job holding the ground, leaving that area open for the linebacker to come up.
I think that's exactly how you have to stop it. I think you have to load the box on them. And for those of you that don't know, the box would be the tackle to the tackle, the tackle to the tight end, depending on the formation of the team. And you have to load that so they can't run the ball. They're running it down the middle on you. So definitely fill in those holes between the guards to guard and hope that, they don't kick it outside on you. Like, they're going right up the middle.
There it is, right up the middle with Drew. A good job there by the Highlanders.
Just keep loading the box on them.
Great job by Raphael.
Very, very nice job by Rafael Menezes. As he came off of the block from the offensive lineman, was able to wrap his arms right around Drew and bring him down for a short gain. 3rd down and 4 now. The down and distance for the Clippers. 7 minutes remaining in the game.
Cuts down. He's going to
Conley
keep
gives
it.
to
Pitch.
Drew.
It's a pitch.
Nope, it's a pitch. As that one goes to Nichols. Nicholson.
I don't think he got the first, though. I'm not sure. I
Let's
can't
see where they mark that one.
He does not have the first.
A yard short of the first. So from the 29-yard line, let's see what the Clippers want to do. They're going to leave the offense out there and go for it. 4th down and 1. A huge play here.
I bet I can tell you exactly what they're going to do. Oh, that's a fault. That's a flag. That should be a false start, I think, on the offense. Missed that one.
Mayer Joseph tried to anticipate the snap. But Conley able to move it forward, fall forward for the first down. Gain of 5 on the play. Brings it out to the 34-yard line.
Well, if you're the Highlanders, now you know when you see that play, the kid the slot in motion down to the running back, and then when he goes back up, it's either going down the middle, the quarterback can keep it, or he can pitch it. So you have to read those 3 options, and you have to stay on those very diligently because those are what they like to do.
3 receivers now for
Runs
the
it up the
Clippers.
middle, keeps it
They're going
himself.
to keep it. Conley will. He breaks through one arm tackle. He's got some room. He's breaking into open field. One Highlander might be able to get to him inside the 10. He brings him down. Big run there by Conley as Darnell Pierre able to bring him down at the 10-yard line.
And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Cameron Roll was coming back into the game just to at least get them that extra kind of oomph yards that they might need.
And as you say it, there he is, number 11, Cam Roll, right out there.
Yeah,
now they have it at the 10.
They're not going to utilize them throughout the entire field. They're going to only utilize them in the red zone, it looks like. So you're going to want to watch that run right up the middle because that's what he's been doing. You can't arm tackle this kid.
First and goal for the Clippers. The give is to Roll. He is through to the end zone, as you called, Danny.
10-yard run by Cam Roll.
So a 10-yard run there by Cam Roll gives the Clippers back the lead, 27-21, pending the point after. Clippers have converted an extra point kick earlier today.
Roll
but
is
then they
hopping off the
Yeah.
field again. This kid's, I don't know how long they can keep doing that with them. I mean, the kid's ankle. But they're going to go for the 2 because now they don't have a kicker again.
That's exactly what's happening here as Cam Roll down at the end of the bench getting attended to with that ankle, and a 2-point conversion attempt here by
I would be looking for
Clippers.
an outside run because, we're loading the box on them. So I think they're going to.
And Conley's going to keep
Oh,
it as he
man.
spins forward for the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is good.
Makes it a 21-29 game.
That's tough for the Highlanders.
So Conley able to get that one across for the 2-point conversion. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the game. The Highlanders trail by 8, 28-21.
What do you do if you're the Highlanders at this point on defense? You need to build that wall. You need to make sure that you fill in the holes that the running backs are going to get through. It's not as if the quarterback's throwing the ball. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard at this point. And then when you're in the red zone, Rolls come back into the game, but I don't know how many more times they can use his ankle and have him available for them in the future. I mean, the amount of times he's came up hobbling and just coming off, it's quite impressive he's actually still in the game.
No doubt about that. I mean, Roll really showing a lot of guts out
Yeah.
there. We've seen he broke into the open field earlier in the third quarter and just couldn't keep running as he just had to go out of bounds. He could have been in for a touchdown, but the ankle just couldn't quite do it. But he keeps coming out there and keeps getting those tough yards. As this one's going to be kicked away by Peter Doonan.
Jumps right on it. He lost control of the ball. It's a good move to just jump on it so nothing happens.
Kinsley Lewis there gets that ball. 5:38 remaining in the game. The Highlander offense coming on, trailing by 8.
Coach Mack and Coach Joe have to be telling their team to keep their composure. They're going to come, they're telling them right now they have the crowd behind them. They're going to come down, score, get the ball in for 2 more, and then they're going to rely on the defense to get a turnover and go down and score again. The Highlander offense doesn't look like it's an issue. It looks like they can put the points up. The defense does look like they're having a little bit more of a tough time out there. So as long as the Highlanders can keep putting the points up, they can stay in the game. So that's definitely a positive in the Highlanders aspect. We'll have to see what they're able to do on this drive.
Montina calling out the signals.
Looks like
Yep.
offensive false start.
Yep, false start on the offense, so they're going to back it up 5 more. So the Highlanders will have it at the 25.
Offense.
First down and 15, 5:38 remaining in the game. Highlanders trailing by 8.
that looked like the center, I think, went off on starter a little too soon, which is it's unique. You don't see that much with the center.
That's true. He's the guy holding the ball.
Yes, you don't see it too often. It's a very rare call. So
First down and 15 now for the Highlanders as they start this drive from the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver at the top.
changing up the play, I think, right now.
Starts Louis.
He sees the one-on-one.
He's looking for Meyer Joseph. He's got him.
Oh! Right out of his hands.
Right through Joseph's hands.
It could
He
not
had a
have,
step.
It couldn't have been more perfect of a pass, of a route. It was a one-on-one. He beat him. It just slipped right out of his hands.
They've been looking for, that's a play I've been waiting for them to look for throughout the game, as a matter of fact. Maillard with a decent height advantage out there on the perimeter against that cornerback, as well as an evident speed advantage, it looked like right there, but just couldn't quite cash it in as he lost concentration on the ball coming right through his hands. Second down and 15 now for the Highlanders.
He turned his eyes up to start running before he got caught, but now you see the safety kind of adjusting over to the help, but they come right back off him. Yeah,
trips over here to the near side, brings the safety back. He's kind of floating around. Montina is going to keep it as he avoids one tackler, but not able to avoid the second.
The left side of that offensive line has been a problem all game, and I think it's just apparent right now that they got broken right through again, and that's where it's breaking down.
Third down and 18 or 17, I should say, for the Highlanders. So a huge third down here. Highlanders trailing by 8. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the game as the clock does run.
I've said that they had to pass a couple times today, but this is one of the times I do think that they need to pass, so maybe I'll be surprised if they run it again. But I'm really hoping to see something that we haven't seen from the Highlanders, and that's a big connection, you know?
Yeah.
But I have to admit.
Couple good opportunities the Highlanders have had. They've had a few balls go through some receivers' hands, 2 that I can think of specifically. 4 receivers, 3 on the near side. Pass goes to Meyer Joseph on the screen. He's got across the 30 down to the 31-yard line. Not enough for the first down, though. So it brings up 4th down and 9 for the Highlanders. 4:25 remaining on the clock as the clock does run.
Yes.
Martinez's pass to Joseph is complete for 8 yards. 4th and 9.
4th down for
Every
the
time I look at
Highlanders.
the field, I see Fred Caston's cleats, and I keep thinking it's a flag on the field. They're so yellow.
That's true.
I think I've gotten full with that 3 times.
So 4th down and 9 for the Highlanders. They're going to go for it here. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the game. They trail by 8. Critical play here for the Highlander offense. 2 receivers at the top, 2 at the bottom. Fred Caston at the bottom. As he will roll out, he's looking downfield, thought about throwing. Instead, Montina is going to keep it as he powers forward and gets the first down for the Highlanders. Big play there by Louis Montina.
Wow, what a run. That was just a powered run. And you know what? Good for him. He has shown that. Oh, number 41 is limping bad.
That's Marvel Nicholson. He is a captain as well as one of the running backs
you need to attack,
for the Clippers.
You definitely need to attack that side right now because that kid did not look good.
We got a stoppage, and that's going to be the final timeout that Falmouth takes.
Wow. Yeah, number 41 just collapsed on the field.
That's their 3 timeouts for the half. 41's going to stay down on the field. That is Marvel Nicholson.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job holding the edge, so I would look for the Highlanders to attack that edge specifically because, you know what, he's, like you said, a captain starter, so you can't replace somebody like that on the edge, which means I would attack that and see what they can get out of it.
Yeah, so he's also one of the running backs. He's one of the wing backs for the offense for the Clippers. So
yeah, so if Roll can't come back and then he can't come back, they're starting to get down in their depth chart, it looks like.
Yes, definitely are.
Yeah, he
so
needs help off the field.
Off now.
I'm looking for a pitch or jet sweep to that side because, like I said, with him, or maybe try to get to the left side a little bit more. Try to get to the left side hash so you have the right side open, so you can try to do something like that. Kind of mix it up real quick. Because you want to go to I don't know if you really want to go to the tight side of the field at this point. you might want to go to the left to get to the open part and then go back to the right. But I'm really hoping to see somebody attack that kid.
1st and 10. They get the sweep out here to the near side. As Saeed forced out of bounds. They did attack the near side of the field in that situation. Saeed's able to get about 5 yards on that one. Actually, about 4. Brings up a 2nd down and 6 for the Highlanders.
Not bad at all. That's a good run. That's a hard run, but that establishes that we're going to attack you on that side, so be prepared. And we'll see if the Falmouth can compensate for that.
3:20 remaining in the game. Highlanders trailing by 8. Louis Montina with the signals. Looking downfield. He'll pull it down and run it. He's got some room across midfield.
There you go.
Dances away from a few more tackles and is forced out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Perfect. So if you notice there, the defensive end that replaced number 41, he went inside, which allowed Sion. I'm sorry.
Montina?
Montina, yes, Montina, to go right past them, because the defensive end's biggest job is keep that edge rush, so the quarterback can't do that. He broke his rule, and they definitely made him pay for that. So
1st down and 10 now for the Highlanders. 3:12 remaining in the game. Clock is stopped due to Montina going out of bounds. Montina with it.
There you
Little
go.
toss out to Saeed. He'll spin away from one, but he loses his balance as he was trying to spin away from that defender.
only got about a yard,
Yeah.
but you know what? That's fine. The number 41 for Falmouth's back in, so I think his ankle's a little better. Nicholson's back in, yes.
2nd and 9.
So 2nd down, virtually 10. For the Highlanders, 2:44 remaining in the game. Clock is running. 2 receivers to the near side. Meyer Joseph in motion. The
Sweep.
give is to him on the jet sweep. Caston with
Good
a nice
block,
block
good
out
block.
there.
Good
He's
blocking.
got Saeed in
Good
front of
blocking.
him. He's got room to
Good
roll.
gone.
He's to the
Good
5.
gone.
He's in
That
for
is
the
a
Highlanders.
touchdown.
Touchdown.
There you go.
No flags.
Wow, that's a great run. That's even more impressive blocking from the Highlanders. Everybody got in there, the receivers to the linemen. That's a great team effort. Wow.
Fantastic run there. As you had pointed out earlier, there was a jet sweep where Fred Caston did not get an effective kick-out
Yes.
block. On that one, Fred Caston absolutely
Yes.
collapsed the man that he was blocking.
He did.
And Meyer Joseph able to take care of business around the corner.
That was a really fun play to watch.
So the Highlanders trail by 2, 27-29, 2:26 remaining on the clock. 2-point conversion here. Opportunity for the Highlanders. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 receiver on the near side's Fred Caston. Terry Saeed in the background. And Saeed will get it. He's got
it.
corner.
He got it.
What
He got
a
it.
run!
Wow.
Terry Saeed.
He wanted that more. He just wanted that one more.
Huge stiff arm to prevent the first defender from getting him, and that speed and desire just to
Wow.
get to the pylon. A great job there by Terry Saeed. 2:26 remaining, and we have a tie ball game, 29-29.
He saw the defender coming at him. He kind of gave him a little hesitation move, and then he used that speed, lowered his shoulder, and bursted right past him. That is excellent, excellent running. If you're Falmouth, you have to be wondering what you can do to stop them. And if you're Somerville, you know what you can do to stop them. It's just, can you do it?
So every single time a team has taken the lead, the opposing team has answered back as the Highlanders now answer back to Falmouth's 29 lead, or I should say touchdown 2-point conversion lead. Now the Highlanders tie it up 29-29, 2:26 remaining in the game. But can the Highlander defense stop this Falmouth offense? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. I think they can, as long as our roll doesn't come back in. And I think that they need a lot of help blocking that middle, because that's where all the running's coming from, right up the gut. We just we need to see what they can do to definitely get some movement. Unfortunately, it's hard.
Pierre's kick over towards the sideline.
go get it,
That's
go
gonna
get it.
Bounce. Beautiful
He's going
kick
back in his-
there.
he's going
He
back.
has
He's going
nowhere
back.
to go.
He's
He's down at the
He
goal
got him, he got
line.
him.
Could it be? He's going to be stopped at the 1
There you
yard
go.
line.
That is great defense.
Fantastic kick coverage, fantastic kick as well. Pierre put that one, just dropped it down. It bounced directly up at the 5-yard line. It was fielded there by Falmouth, and there was nowhere to go. Great coverage. They kept their lanes. They didn't break down and give the outside to him. Kept their lanes, able to keep him down, bring him down to the 1-yard line. So, 2:17 remaining in the game, tied up 29-29.
You got to go
Falmouth
99
is
yards.
99 yards away.
I don't know if he even knew he had to touch that. It looked like he was debating. I think he was debating on even grabbing the ball.
Yeah.
That happened to our team in high school once. One of our players forgot what kick was, kick return, and got mixed up with punt, and the other team recovered the ball just like that.
Conley will just sneak it right up the middle as he tries to get some yardage. Gets about 4 yards on the play, maybe 5.
Yeah, he just wants to get away from the end zone, make sure nothing happens
4-yard
by
run
mistake.
Conley.
Clock's going to continue to run. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Tied up 29-29. Falmouth has it at their own 6-yard line.
It's another
Conley
run. It's another
Keep
run.
it around the corner. He's got the corner. He's got more as he's pushed out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Minute 43 remaining. Big gain there for Falmouth.
That should never happen. The cornerback should have outside leverage all the time. So to be able to run up the sideline past your cornerback, that's very unacceptable. And I think that's one of the big things that the coaches are going to be talking about right now.
First and 10.
Timeout being taken by the Highlanders. That's their first of the second half. Another point, Falmouth has no timeouts left.
Yes.
They used all 3 of their timeouts. That's one of the rule changes that happened in the offseason. Only 3 timeouts in the first half, 3 timeouts in the second half. Falmouth has used all of their timeouts. Highlanders have used 1. They have 2 remaining here in the second half.
And with the amount of running Falmouth does, it's going to be tough to get out of bounds because they do a lot of up the gut running. So to get out of bounds stops the clock for you. They're going to keep the clock running. So
I'll take that.
that's going to be tough to, for the Highlanders to either A, stop, B, get the ball back, or Falmouth's going to have the upper hand on this one. They're really running the clock out, and we'll see.
We will see as Falmouth has the ball. Tie ball game, 29-29. They have it at their own 27-yard line. Minute 43 remaining in the game.
You could see Coach Alexis talking to the team. He was telling the defensive linemen what to do on those types of blocks, kind of fall into the offensive line, so the offensive lineman has a hard time pushing you back. You have to, it looks like Roll's back out there.
Cam Roll back in the game.
So you're going to have to watch up the gut.
And there is Cam Roll. He runs through one arm tackle. Pushes it forward 11 yards for number 11.
You need to get in front of this kid and you need to tackle him. You need to wrap him up.
11-yard run by Cam
You
Roll.
put him in for one play, you get a first down. They're moving the chain, they're kicking him out, and that's what they're doing. For this one, don't be surprised to see the quarterback take it, keep it, or pitch it.
Clock is rolling, a minute 22 remaining in the game. Conley keeps it, nowhere to go on that one. Nice job by the Highlander defense. Meyer Joseph coming up and making the tackle there. Gain of about 2. Clock continues to run, a minute 10 remaining.
I don't think their quarterback's actually rating the defense anymore. I think he's just taking it upon himself to keep the ball while Roll's not in. When Roll's in, they're giving him the ball automatically. It looks like it doesn't look as if he's keeping it with Roll. This offense is run by 2 people.
And that one's to Drew right up the middle. As he gains about 4 yards on that play. The clock continues to run, 47 seconds and counting. As they've got it down to the, up to the 46-yard line.
They don't look like they're worried. They're not going to clock the ball right now. You see this jet sweep. You see the pitch.
Jet sweep.
You need it. You need to get it, and he goes out bounds. That's a good move. That's a really good move. But what's that? 4th down for them?
Nicholson out of bounds. It's going to be 4th down. Yeah.
Strange play call for a 4th down. I think they're going to put a Roll back in for a second.
4th down. Well, it's 4th down and 3. Do they bring Roll back in?
Yes,
and
they are.
do. Looking for the first down.
Of course they are. I mean,
Back in the game, back in the game.
you need to watch him. He's going. He's not even a diversion. He is going to get the ball.
29.2 seconds left. If the Highlanders are able to make a stop here,
Yes, you have great field.
there will be a stoppage of play, stoppage of the clock on the change of possession. So
Plus they
great
have the
field
2
position.
timeouts.
Plus the 2 timeouts.
Yep.
So the Highlanders can do something here, but they have to stop them here. 4th down and 3 for the Clippers. Cam roll back into the game.
Watch him,
And
watch him, watch
he
him.
gets the ball, and he
they
is
stopped
immediately
him.
hit.
They stopped him.
Immediately hit. Highlanders put it down. Cam
That's
roll
great.
and get the ball back.
That is great team tackling. They know exactly what was coming and they play that. That is a great defensive stop. Wow.
Fantastic job by the Highlanders.
They have 2 timeouts to work with.
Somerville comes up huge on defense.
Highlanders have 22.4 seconds on the clock. 29-29 is the score. And they will have the ball at the Clipper 45-yard line, looking to win this game.
They're in good field position. And you know what? Their kicker, he's going to kick into the wind if they need a field goal. So he's kicking with the wind, which is honestly fantastic.
Yep. Pierre, a very good leg on Pierre.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the Highlanders can do. Montina with Mayer Joseph in motion on the jet sweep. He will go around looking for the outside, and he is taken down for a loss of 6.
Falmouth
also stays inbounds, so the Highlanders have to burn a timeout. 13.3 seconds remaining in the game.
Falmouth, they're bringing everybody. They are bringing everybody, and the Highlanders, I think it's tough. If they bring a blitz like that, you want to throw a screen because it brings in everybody on the defense. You get a clear look into at least the secondary. You want to throw a screen, but if they don't bring the blitz and you throw a screen, you're kind of stuck in a tough predicament right there. So
we will see what the Highlanders are dialing up. You can see Coach Joe, Coach Mack over there talking to the offense.
they're bringing Kyle Conley in. It looked like on defense, but he could just be in the huddle.
Let's reset this very quickly.
Coach Mack is definitely
13.3 seconds remaining in the game. Highlanders have it. 2nd down and 16 from their own 49-yard line. Looking for one big play here. They have a timeout they can call if they get a big play here to set up a possible field goal.
So they're playing really deep. Falmouth's playing really deep.
Falmouth has everybody back deep.
So you
Montina rolling out to the left.
Look
he
middle.
will look downfield, looking to Fred Caston, and that one is incomplete.
God.
6 seconds
we
remaining
got
in
a
the
flag
game. We
on
have a
the
flag
field.
down on the play.
First pass is incomplete.
Legal man downfield might be the call.
That's a tough break. I think it's looking like an overtime game.
We also have a flag down here.
Wow.
We have 2 flags on the play. So we're going to offset the penalties, it looks like. That was the hand motion of the 2 officials talking to each other, at least. We'll see what we've got. Legal man downfield is the call against the Highlanders. So it's going to be offsetting penalties.
Penalties offset.
So we're just going to do it again. 6 seconds remaining on the clock now. 2nd down and 16 for the Highlanders. The Clippers have got everybody back defensively. 4 people on the defensive line, 5 guys on the next level, and then 3 defenders back even deeper, a good 25 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're definitely protecting the end zone. There's no doubt about that. They're trying to send this into overtime.
Montina back to pass. Looks out.
Trying to get out of bounds.
Gets it out.
Get out of bounds.
Looking to get possibly out of bounds. Can't do it. And that will do it for regulation as we are tied 29-29. We will go to overtime here to open out the 2019 season for the Highlanders.
Win or lose, they put up a great game. And it just stinks for the Highlanders that they had those couple touchdowns taken back. I think this results into a dogfight. And I think each team starts from the 10, or I should say 20, and they get 4 plays to get into the end zone, if I'm not mistaken. And then first team to do it, you have the redemption for the other team.
Right.
And then I think if the other team does not score, the game is over. That's what I believe the rules are. I could be absolutely wrong about that.
I am quickly using the old Google machine to get the exact rules. I know Jeff Argenziano, our man on the spot, on the field, knows those by heart. Unfortunately, I do not. So, the team captains at midfield getting the information about the overtime rules.
Yes.
Jeff Argenziano dropping me a quick text. The teams get the ball at the 10-yard line.
10, okay.
They will have the opportunity to get a touchdown or field goal. Then the other team gets the possession as well, beginning from the 10 also.
Yeah, I remember we had one of these games when I was in high school, so I was kind of familiar with the rule. I wasn't exactly sure with what it was, but I must admit the Highlanders look really good on offense. The run defense really does look like something that they have to go over with during practice, and we didn't unfortunately get to see a lot of their pass defense to see what kind of coverages they had, but
Well, they haven't needed to pass the
no,
ball.
they haven't.
Falmouth hasn't. So, each team will get the ball from the 10-yard line. They will have 4 downs
Yep.
to either get a touchdown, a field goal, or a defensive stop for the opposing team. Then the other team will get the ball from the 10-yard line. They will have the same 4 downs to get either a touchdown, a field goal, to answer a touchdown, a field goal. And no returns. If there's an interception or a fumble, there are no returns on those. Looks like Somerville will begin on the offensive end. They will set
Yes.
the goal, so to speak, as they have the ball first, starting from the 10-yard line, once we get it marked down.
It's going to be hard for Somerville to stop a team like Falmouth 10 yards out, especially with the way that they run the ball with roll, and their quarterback can take it and run with it. So it's going to be an uphill battle for the Highlanders with this type of environment. I don't think it's their strong suit, to be honest with you. Hopefully their offense steps up and can get them some points.
First and goal from the 10. Give is
Gives
up
it
the
right
middle
up the
to
middle.
Terry Said. He tries to force the pile forward. Gets about 4 yards on that one.
You got the
Maybe
second
3.
down.
See where they spot that.
Hey, they're not blocking 78. He's
Going to be about second and goal now from about the 7.
4-yard run by Terry Said. Second and goal.
First game of the 2019 season for the Highlanders. Going to overtime here, tied at 29. Falmouth has come up from the Cape, and they have presented quite the challenge today for the Highlanders.
Yeah, from 0-0 to 29-29, this game has just been neck and neck the entire time. No team shown any type of
Give it to Said once again. Nothing doing there. Gains about 2. Third down and goal from the 5 now for the Highlanders. This is a huge down here
is.
for the Highlanders.
This is one of the biggest plays of the entire game for the Highlanders.
Third and goal.
Danny, what do you think? Do you think you give Montina the opportunity to drop back and maybe throw, or decide to pull it down and run it? He's done that very effectively today.
He has. I have to say that I probably would put the ball in his hands and see what he can do with it. He's been doing great. He's been running hard, so hopefully they do.
Meyer Joseph will get it on the jet sweep, and Meyer's going to throw it, and it's incomplete.
Man downfield.
Flag on the play.
Got a flag on the play on the far side as well.
But if you look back at that play, you'll see the defense shift all the way over, and Montana is able to roll right out in that exact play. What I was saying earlier.
Legal man downfield is the call. It's going to be declined. So fourth
Fourth
down
down.
and 5 is the situation here for the Highlanders. after the incomplete pass. Meyer Joseph, a little bit of a razzle-dazzle there. He got it on the jet sweep and pulled up to throw it.
I like this decision not to do a field goal because you know that Falmouth's going to try to score on you. So if you do a field goal and they score, they still win.
Highlanders looking for the end zone here. 4th down and 5. Montina.
I like
Back to
this.
pass.
Oh, he's open.
He's got it wide open in the end zone. Fred Caston.
There you go.
For the Highlander. Touchdown.
Touchdown!
Wait, flag.
Highlanders!
Got a flag on the play. They're going to call him legal man downfield again.
Again.
Flag on the play.
And this one will be accepted. They're trying to get a clarification there for the Highlander players.
Stop throwing flags.
So now it will be 4th down and goal from the 10 for the Highlanders on the illegal man downfield. Do you decide to kick the field goal here or go for it again?
I think they're going to go for it again just because you know Falmouth is going to run it with Roll, and he's been breaking those tackles so easily and getting into the end zone. You can't rely on a field goal to win this for you. I think Coach McConan is going to rely on his offense to win it rather than his defense.
So Somerville,
Biggest play of
4th
the game
down and
for him.
goal here from the 10, tied 29-29.
Oh,
And we have
man.
another foul.
False start on.
Going to back it up another 5 yards. Looks like Waddy Santana moved.
What the Highlanders just did is called beat themselves.
So 4th down and 15 now. 4th down and goal from the 15. Just coming across, by the way, both coaches agreed here in overtime if they do get into the end zone, they will both go for 2. Nobody will kick a field goal, or an extra point, I should say. But of course, that depends upon the Highlanders getting into the end
Yes.
zone.
This is tough for the Highlanders. It looks like they have to attack the corner of the end zone is what they need to do.
Montina back to pass. Looking downfield to Meyer Joseph. That ball is knocked away.
He's looking for a
No flag
Wow.
down.
Montina's pass intended for Meyer Joseph.
Meyer looking for the flag in that situation, but none is forthcoming.
That's a tough break.
So now
Someone.
Falmouth will get the ball at the 10-yard line, and if they score in any way, whether it be field goal or touchdown, it will be the end of the game.
And Rolls back in. You know, he is that kid's a workhorse right there. It all comes down to these last 4 plays for Falmouth. Let's see what they can do. I think we all know what's going to come, so I don't think there's any question. It's can someone will stop it is the only question.
1st and 10, Falmouth.
It's coming up the middle, I'm pretty sure. I can't call plays like Tony Romo, but I can guess this one.
Cam Roll in the game, gets the carry. He's pushing forward,
Oh.
He's taken down on that bad ankle.
I
Pick up
thought
of about 4 on the play.
that's embarrassing. I thought number 50, the lineman, was Roll for a second. He got to the end zone. I said, "Oh, game."
2nd down and 6 now. 2nd down and goal from the 6 for Falmouth. Roll still in the game.
Same play. Oh, Somerville jumped again.
That's a tough one. Jumped offside, did Somerville.
Roll wants to come off, I think.
Observing the same exact motion that they'd seen all
Are
game.
they kicking the ball? Are they doing a field goal?
Let's see here.
This
2nd
situation
down and goal now from the 3.
In this situation, does a field goal win this for them?
Yes.
Okay.
And Conley's going to keep it, pushes it forward. We'll see whether he gets in to give the game to Falmouth. No sign yet.
And the first sign will be...
He's down, it looks like, just inside the 1-yard line.
The anticipation is killing me.
3rd down and goal now. 3rd down and goal from about an inch out, it looks like.
So they're going right up the middle with the quarterback, or they're going right up the middle.
Timeout, Falmouth.
It's I don't know.
Timeout taken by Somerville.
I don't think
Correction, timeout, Somerville.
Somerville, yeah. I don't think that Somerville really lost this game due to the other team as much as they lost it due to what they did if they lose, but
Yeah.
it's not looking good for them right now.
Tough penalties there for the Highlanders in overtime.
Yes, 3 in a row. They shot themselves in the foot right there. And then throughout the game, it's, the would-haves, could-haves, should-haves, the 2 or 3 times they got into the end zone and the ball got called back. There was that one bad call by the official when the receiver blocked, and, it is a tough break for the Highlanders if they can't stop the next 2 possessions by Falmouth, but this is definitely a learning experience, and it's something that they can take into the future and work on, a lot of different aspects. Their offense did look quite good. A couple of breakdowns on the offensive line, and they didn't have to throw it as much as they, might in the future, but their running game looks strong. Their offensive line, at least to the right side, looks strong. There's a lot of positives coming out of this game, so you can't look at the negative aspects if you're the Highlanders.
Looks like
Starting to
Cam
rain.
Roll still on the sideline. It's beginning to rain as the rain is falling now.
Nobody cares about the last play of the game. If this is the last play, they want to get out of
Rain's
the rain.
coming down pretty good too, and that one is going to be a quarterback sneak for the touchdown. Conley scores the game-winning touchdown, and that will make it a 35-29 win for Falmouth as they come up here to Dilboy Stadium and open the season with a loss for the Highlanders.
That's tough.
35-29, a heck of a game.
That is.
Every single time the Falmouth did something, Highlanders had an answer. Every time the Clippers did something, or every time the Highlanders did something, the Clippers also had an answer. But unfortunately, the Highlanders losing this one, you pointed out a very good point by you, Danny, was the fact about the left side of the offensive line, something that's going to be needed to be worked on. But aside from that, the offense moved the ball very well. Defensively, a lot of work to be done, though, as they look forward to the game next week for the Highlanders. But that's going to do it for us here at Dilboy Stadium as the Highlanders come out on the wrong end of this one by the score of 35-29 in overtime against Falmouth. You have been watching Somerville Highlander Football on Somerville Educational Channel 15.
Thank you for having me.